There we go. Did I change it? I didn't fucking change it. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Aries Bookman. If it's a Monday morning, y'all niggas already know what the forecast is. It's gonna be a shitstorm. Thank you for letting me have my way with your Monday morning. And if you're here with your feelings, I'm about to rain on your parade. I was supposed to change this. Alright, so this is what I want to talk about today. Cast Spell, good to see you in the chat. Gerson, good to see you. Well, it's Gerald Sunbright. I think that's Gerson. I'm a dick, bro. This is what I want to talk about today. I want to get into how to start doing some of your work based on the tools I've given you. That's what I'm putting in. Oh man, I'm about to fuck it up. Oh, this is what I can do. Hold on. What the hell I look? I'm gonna see. I'm a piece of shit. God damn, I'm not supposed to be doing this right now. It's awful. Did you see that shit? That was awful. Anyways. I want to take the non-physical conception of self and I want to give you the idea of how to use it to do your shadow work. Okay? Shadow work is something, it's very common. People know about it. People have heard the name, you know how to say it. They know, when you hear somebody saying, oh, they're on the level kind of shit. Okay, I get you. But a lot of people don't know how to start. They don't know how to do it aside from reflecting on the fact that they have negative characteristics or they have trauma. Okay? And I'm not saying that's not part of it. That's part of it. But oh my God, if that is not the most basic level of doing this work, okay? Because I want you to be able to engage with the shit. That's what I talk to motherfuckers about, is not only developing that non-physical conception of self, but using it. Because you see, this shit ain't about what's the new thing to do. What should I be doing? Even though that's what you're looking for. Trying to develop confidence, trying to develop emotional stability and balance, trying to get a consistent flow of wealth in your life. Like, bruh, those things, you don't need spirituality for them, like, at all. But that's what niggas be looking for. Anyways, shadow work comes up. How to do shadow work. So I want to get into that today. I want to get into that. I want to go back over that. I want to beat the fuck out of that dead horse, okay? So that's what I'm going to fuck with today. But before I do that, got a Bobby Hemmett clip I want you to see. This is the first time I seen this one. And I'm like, okay, you clip that. All right, cool. But even before that, you already know how I gotta go. Give me 40 seconds of your time. You're going to love it. First thing I want to do, I want to show y'all this Bobby Hemmett clip. Okay? If you love some Bobby Hemmett, boy, go ahead. Now, really, I was gonna talk about this fucking thing I seen between Yusuf and boy, what's his name? Black Magic 363. I ain't even want to sit here and watch that shit again. Society EJ, good to see you in the building, man. Gerald said, I never get tired of 40 seconds of gold. But hey, man. Hey, man. I try to make it nice. I try to make it nice. Real shit, motherfuckers who are in this spiritual stuff. Like, I'm inclined to insult and tell you why you're terrible. But it's more than that. That's more than why I'm annoyed. Cause I can feel the heat from the fire in niggas who really want to be about this shit. Okay, I can feel it. That's why I come over and I fuck with you. But niggas are so caught up in shit that's just convoluted and ridiculous and even spiritual. I may still show that shit, cause that's the shit that fucking hurt, man. But anyways, I want y'all to hear this Bobby clip first real quick. Alright, cause this came from your boy Bobby now. Everybody, Bobby said it? Bobby said it? Look, for spiritual niggas, if Bobby Hemming said it, that's like for dead niggas and white folks said it. The government said they real? Oh, change the narrative. Alright, no, look, check this out. Let me switch my audio real quick.
Teaching you what you wanted to hear and not what you really needed to hear, because they didn't. Problem with our people, they have been teaching you what you wanted to hear and not what you really needed to hear, because they didn't know what you really needed to hear. That's called the art of public speaking. Tell a person what they want to hear and say nothing well. You can say that means he ain't teaching you nothing. And that's the problem with our people. They have been teaching you what you wanted to hear and not what you really needed to hear, because they didn't know what you really needed to hear. That's called the art of public speaking. Tell a person what they want to hear and say nothing well. You can say nothing if you can say it well. That's emotionalism. You see, I went through 8 years of that in college, where we had these public speakers come up. You see what I'm saying? Cornbread eating Negroes. And they'd come up and they would come into some stuff and they would be talking all this good stuff, and people, yeah. But everybody's ignorant. You see what I'm saying? So also, too, is not necessarily say you got to bear witness to what I'm dealing with. That's the African right to be wrong. And if everybody agreeing on the same thing, somebody wrong. You see? Check? All right, then. So we need to get out of the public speaking as far as a person saying things well, saying nothing well, and playing on your emotion. That means he ain't teaching you nothing. And that's the problem with our people. They have been teaching you what you wanted to hear and not what you really needed to hear, because they didn't know what you really needed to hear. That's called the art of public speaking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look, I'm gonna mute it. So you can keep looking at it go by. You can keep looking at it go by, bruh. Niggas is really good at saying nothing well. Niggas is really good at saying nothing well. So you don't have to implicate yourself immediately unless you out here talking. But really, if you're out here trying to learn, you have to be able to discern when somebody is saying nothing well. And you can't go, oh, you shouldn't be saying that because that's really nothing. No, you need to be able to pick it up. Period. I don't care if you tell you, well, really, I don't care if you tell them. Tell them, say it with your chest though, but you need to be able to pick it up. Okay, I gotta give an example. The inner ear melanin vibrates at a frequency that resonates with the Kundalini's oil as it moves through the DNA double helix of space and time. It's gibberish. It's bullshit. And see, it's not to say, well, really it is to say these niggas need to shut up. Almost all of them need to shut the fuck up. They don't know what they're talking about. It's the ignorant leading the ignorant. It's the ignorant leading the ignorant. My point is you need to learn how to discern when someone is just talking nothingness. Because look, the shit I tell y'all, bro, I've known this stuff for a while now. Knowing how to present it, how to speak, how to be someone who publicly speaks, that's a completely different thing. Knowing how to present something, excuse me, that's a completely different thing. There's niggas who know how to sell salt to a slug. Don't mean he giving you shit. Fuck you mean? Niggas who know how to tell you, hey, we in the soul family, rise up, everybody. That's just the shit to make you feel good. Sophistry versus philosophy. Sophistry versus philosophy. In sophistry, you're gonna say whatever, as long as it's superficially plausible, that'll work. Philosophy, no, you can't do that. If you're talking metaphysics, you're talking philosophy. All right, even your boy Bobby Hemming told y'all niggas, look, you can't just be believing whatever the fuck. Just because somebody say something and it make you feel good, don't mean it's shit, bro. Damn it, I gotta do it. Yeah, I ain't even that mad. Look, God damn it. How long is the clip, bro? How long is the clip? I don't even, because these niggas was talking shit for a minute, bro. I'm not gonna do it. Look, because I hit the comments on that shit. I'm like, okay, bro, when can we call cap? When can we say this shit is ridiculous? When do niggas allowed to say, okay, look, bro, you're free to say whatever you want, but goddamn it, can anybody say it's wrong? It's just what Bobby said. If everybody agreeing, if everybody in the room check fire facts, regardless of what anyone says, bruh, somebody wrong, bruh. Bruh, somebody wrong. If you in the room and everybody agree on everything, somebody wrong. And niggas gonna have the Constitution to navigate being wrong, figuring out who's wrong, and then saying it with your chest, hey bro, that's wrong. See, none of that shit is spiritual. Niggas wanna get confidence. You don't need spirituality for that. I mean, mind you, you're gonna need to do, if you out here doing magic, you're gonna need to be confident. But confidence isn't the key in that. Okay? Confidence ain't the key in that. It's people make confidence so necessary because so few people have it. And they don't like talking about the fact that they're not confident. Even if they appear confident, they don't like to talk about the fact they're not confident. Alright, here we go. Oh shit.
Gods and worship the Anunnaki as gods. So if a lot of humans worship the Anunnaki as gods, do a lot of the Anunnakis worship Lucifer as God, being that Lucifer gave them the game?
That's a good question. So Lucifer, let's look at it like this. Lucifer didn't really give them the game, but when all else failed, that's who they called on. And what I mean by that is this.
Lucifer taught them how to put a soul in the body. That's what you said. No,
Lucifer, Enki's mother, who was a dragon, a draconian, taught Enki how to put souls in bodies. Okay. Anunnaki didn't have knowledge of how to put a soul in the body before that.
And what did Lucifer teach the Anunnaki?
Okay, I'm gonna go to that right now. So when Anunnaki, as they evolved tremendously, right? In another timeline, they evolved, right?
Yeah.
As they evolved, they started to merge themselves with technology. Okay, and technology became a part of their body, their brain system. They were already powerful as they were, but as they evolved with technology that was so advanced until these people look like gods, right? And I can tell you right now, there's no powerful force. I don't care what extraterrestrial you're talking about, that's more powerful than Anunnaki. These jokers got stuff that is, their whole race is scientists. They're scientists.
They're the top dogs in
top dogs in the universe. Ain't nobody gonna argue that.
Wow.
Ain't nobody that could ever argue that, because the reptilians was the next one. Everybody know the reptilian got the biggest family in the cosmos. There's all different types of reptilians. So at the same time, the only people who could match them was the Anunnaki, right? So the Anunnaki, as they rose in power and they started to merge technology, they made it to the 8th dimension. They made it to the higher worlds, and they could not get into the true spiritual world, which what we call the overworld, or the you can call it the Ain, right? The Ain Sulfur, whatever you want to call it. They could not make it to this overworld with the technology that they merged with. Because they didn't evolve naturally. So the spirit world said, hey, take all that stuff off, you can come up here. In the meantime, you can't come up here with all that. You got too much technology. They didn't know what to do. They said, man, we done made it this far, we knock on heaven, and heaven say you can't come up here? And what I mean by that is this, y'all. The 3rd dimension is an illusion. You live in a hologram. The 4th dimension, the 5th dimension, the 6th, 7th, 8th is all just another hologram. You're more free because you can fly in those dimensions, you can teleport, you can be like a god in those dimensions, but you're still in a hologram.
Right.
You're still trapped.
Right.
And that's something people don't know. So just because somebody say they from the 8th to 6th, 7th, 8th dimension, that'll make you strong because you're still trapped if you don't make it past the 9. So with that being said, the Anunnaki, they suck out, they start to seek people in the cosmos who can help them, and Lucifer was the one that could help them. And Lucifer told them, you gotta do this thing all over again. They said, we can't do it like that. So they went looking through time for the perfect group, of perfect setting, the perfect planet, and they found this timeline here, and they started to work on entities that were already here, hominoids that were already here. Other extraterrestrials was already working on so-called humans. They weren't humans yet, but they're already working on a certain species. Anunnaki pretty much came and deboed everybody and say, hey, this is mine right now. This is my bike. That's serious.
That's what they did.
And they was like, here come Debo.
That's a good way to put it.
and that's what happened. They came and they said, yo, this is my bike now, punk. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, okay, we can't do nothing about it. And there was a council here called the Council of 9 that was here working on us, the Council of 9, who became the Council of 5 later. And that's a whole nother story. But when they came here, they took over the hominoids and they injected us. That's why we have so much potential, y'all. We don't just have the Anunnaki's DNA. We have other races, extraterrestrial DNA. But the Anunnaki and the reptilian DNA was so strong because we all was implanted with only Inky's DNA. So that's why you have skin that look like, if you don't put lotion on it, you start looking like a reptile. Your whole body start getting ashy, but you literally start looking like a reptile on your skin because you have a reptile brain. You have reptilian DNA and the Anunnaki DNA inside of your body, and you became so powerful at one point. The Anunnaki had to shut you down and mess with your DNA, which changed your language and spread you around the planet because you became too powerful. So the Anunnaki now are realizing they want us to grow, they want us to evolve, but there's an adversary here on this planet that's trying to make our choices, to make us think we don't have a choice except to go with something negative. And Inky's sitting back. The Anunnaki are sitting back because we have a choice. We can't, because when it was explained to them, say, look, you can't get in the way of the choices they make. They have to have free will. If you want these people to evolve, you can guide them and persuade them, but you can't get in the way of their choices. They have to have free will. So humanity is given free will. That's why you always hear people say, hey, if we all meditated, 1 million people meditated, we can liberate the planet. Or if certain people decided this today, we could change the planet. That's the truth, because that many people can change the whole matrix, this false reality we live in. We live inside of a computer program, y'all. That's how advanced the Anunnaki are. They put us inside of a computer program. So
get
been
these
around for a while,
gems.
but like just the last 4 years, you just hear everybody.
Bruh. And there's a nigga out here right now, and he like, hey man, what's wrong? Tell me what a lie is. Facts, all facts. That's almost like, Niggas, I'm niggas. This is the issue, because there's a nigga right now, he like, tell me what a lie is. Nigga like, tell me what a lie is, right? Bruh, first of all, and when I say first of all, I have a second and third form. First of all, you leave Christianity's convoluted narrative and then jump into this. So now Lucifer is something out there, the Anunnaki or something out, all this shit becomes something out there and you niggas go within. This man said your ashiness is a reflection of reptilian DNA. Talking about the reptile brain. That's not about reptilian DNA. It's not called the reptilian brain because it's actually some type of reptile. Like, it's because it's a low order aspect of the brain, parts of the brain. Remember, we're talking about the triune brain, what people actually mean when they say subconscious mind is brain function, and it's not spooky out there or spooky within like niggas love to do. The reptile brain is the brain stem. All right, it's as I'm saying, even lower order life forms will have it, vertebrates. So far back that reptiles in general all have it. All right, it's like a class of there it was. God, you don't know I was waiting for that one. It's like a class of brain structure. There we go. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So and then they done made this stuff all about DNA. See, they've taken humanity and expanded it and made it the center of the cosmic narrative. No. And look, you know what? And this is why I really need to show this, because people who ain't trying to go beyond their humanity, this is all game. It's all game. It's all game. It's fair play. But I'm gonna tell you right now, DNA is not spiritual. All right? And we gotta get into this today. DNA is not fucking spiritual. It's particulate matter. Everything in space-time, all your Anunnaki, and even if Anunnaki aliens was real, it's in space-time. It's particulate matter. No, they're interdimensional galactic. Okay, cool. Okay, now we're going to actually talk about how dimensions work, because they're not places you go. Dimensions aren't places you go. A point has no dimension. A line has one. A square has two, and a cube has three. When I say 1, 2, and 3, I'm not talking about places. They're not new places. It's a discussion of your scope and extent of perception. Like I said, the ignorant leading the ignorant. Niggas don't know what they're talking about. But for people who aren't leaving humanity, it's not about whether or not it makes sense or it's just coherent. It's about the fact that it feels good. And that's what niggas are here for. Fucking feeling good. A nigga Black Magic even interviews Billy Carson. Like, that shit is ridiculous, bro. The nigga is a legit scammer. But then again, niggas, York was the same way. Niggas all over York. I've been through that. I remember one time, before I get into shit, down here in Atlanta, because they had a little temple, right? It was down there by the Cab Farmers Market. Because I had been going through the books myself for a minute. Okay, I'll see what this is. It was a dark-skinned Egyptian thing. And so I walked in there because it was the first time I seen it. I was like, oh shit, they over here. Okay, cool. And I walked in and they got a back room and everything, but they just show you the front room with the little books on the table. And there was another girl who was in there, and it looked like it was her first time seeing any of this. And so he's talking to her. I come in, he starts talking to me a little bit, and I'm just like, yeah, I know who this is. I see that. Oh, that's all set right there. I gave him the all set, not the ISIS. And he goes, okay. Yeah. You got the Haru anywhere though? I was like, and he got kind of excited because the nigga walked in there already kind of knew some of that stuff, and so just took me in the back room. And I'm like, okay, shit. And the other girls like, like, yeah, come on too. But they had the whole little setup with the different comedic gods, extra dark skin, extra chocolate, you know, it was church with Egyptian stuff. You know, it's church with Egyptian stuff. But bro, I be getting red carpet everywhere, bro. Niggas don't understand. I forgot all about chat, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh shit. I see Sirius Sut, Lucid Bay. Good to see y'all in the chat, man. Yeah, I had to do it, bro. Yeah, the finger grip. It's hard to listen. I heard a little bit of this the other day. Inky Mama, a sexy dragon, right? Let's see, bro. That's what I'm saying. When you mystify, when you make this shit mundane, they miss what the fuck it's talking about. Now they don't understand. They're caught up in the exoteric shit. And then they repackage the exoteric shit with particulate matter and tell you now you tapping in. No. Particulate matter, the ontological category of matter is what's fucking niggas up. DNA. Ooh, DNA. Melanin. The ontological category of matter is what's fucking you up. People 1,000 years ago were not talking about DNA and melanin. They were not talking about DNA and melanin. So you don't understand DNA or melanin, but you heard a nigga say it. Ugh. This shit activated some of my Anunnaki DNA. Hell yeah, man. Look, DNA. I was looking at this last night. Because generally, X chromosome is characteristically, or bruh, that's not where you put that word. X chromosome is, I want to say colloquially, in common speech, generally people consider the X chromosome to be female and the Y chromosome to be male. You'll hear people in their divine feminine rhetoric giving you that the Y chromosome, which is the male chromosome, is just a genetic mutation. Now, first of all, X and Y chromosomes are not specific to male or female. For a long period on the planet, everything only had XX chromosome pairs, if they had a pair of chromosomes at all. Okay, birds, I think, have XX. They don't have a Y chromosome, but they are male and female birds, right? Yeah, because it's not about male and female. Here's the thing. That X chromosome, especially when you're doing the X and the Y chromosome, first it does contain genes that activate in male genetics, okay? But the X chromosome has enough in there to do it. Like I said, there's organisms that even now have no Y chromosome. What the Y chromosome does is it facilitates change. Which is why it's what's the word I want to use here? Which is why it's usually characterized with the male. That's what the male does. The male facilitates change. The female retains whatever perfection was worked. Whatever worked, put it in the female. All right? Keep that, copy it. Now to make a male, make something that can change what we already have. It's a cycle. It feeds into itself. All this shit, that's another nigga. Just divine feminine, divine mommy. I see you're hurt. These niggas don't get it. I'm here for you, mommy. Like, shut the fuck up and become daddy, nigga. That's what mama need more than a new fucking baby. Shit. Well, yeah, motherfuckers, they don't understand. They don't understand the things they're using. And you see, I'm not going to tell you, you got to go get them to understand, because they don't want to understand, because they're here to feel good. It feels real good. You spit that XY divine feminine shit, right? And then check, fire, facts, fire emojis, we tapping in. If you know, you know. Oh yeah, that feel real good. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. So I'm not here to change all the niggas. If you say you want to do it, because I can feel the heat from the fire in you, my nigga. If you say you want to do it, let's get to it. Real shit. You say you want to do it, let's get to it. Just I wonder where these speakers get their Anunnaki stories from, and I wonder how they know about the whole narrative behind it. This is the thing about it. It don't matter where they get it from, because anybody's story gets to be right. Anybody's story. You go show me a place where Nick came with an Anunnaki story and everybody didn't just say, bravo, bravo, this nigga's tapping in. And then they just repeat that story. And so niggas is just sharing random stories and it's like, oh, well, everyone's really right. No, it don't even matter where they get it. They just repeating it. They're repeating it, or there's some niggas who do the thing where they just get really high and whatever they imagine up is the answer. I just got a channel from I just tapped in. That was a download. Bro, you were really high. Like, you know, because they don't even go back and think about the shit. Thinking about your thinking. It's probably just passed around where people develop their own personal interpretation of that narrative. Yeah, and then see, this is why they do it, because I understand. My general inclination is to insult them. I know, I want to insult them, but it's not, I don't need to insult them. What they're doing is they're looking for a narrative, a cosmic narrative to nest themselves in. This is part of what religion gave you. This is part of what your traditional cultures gave you, was a cosmic narrative to nest your conception of self in. So you need to know what reality at large is, what the self is in context of that, and those two things will inform you of what you're supposed to do in life. That's what they're looking for. They don't even know what they're looking for. They just know, I feel a hole. Something don't feel right. And that's all they know. And then they get somewhere, and when something touches that feeling, that's enough. That's enough. That's it. My heart hurt. Fuck out of here, dude. I'm so done. Vera says, this seems to be on physical warfare, nothing meta. What do you mean? Physical? What do you mean by physical warfare? That shit, niggas don't understand what the Anu is. And I talked about this shit before. Let me go ahead and pull it up. While I'm sitting here talking my shit, I'm gonna pull up the Anu. Just to remind niggas what the fuck we talking about again. Okay, where'd I put that shit? Alright, it's in my diagrams. It's gotta be my diagrams. There we go. Which I knew I want to use. I don't want to use that. Because you see, you put the human body in there, niggas gonna think, oh, it must be in the body. No, it's not what the fuck I'm talking about. Here we go. I'll use this one for right now. There's your Anu, guys. Okay. This is the Anu. It's a 7-fold inside, 5-fold outside. Okay? 7-fold inside, 5-fold outside. It's very simple. And look. But you have to do a bit of research. The Anu. We're talking about the principle, the dynamic. This is a representation of that. Fuck ever, right? It's me, I'm the dumb nigga, whatever. What's your boy in there? Where did you, oh, I'm right here. Elias said, I'm in this thing, West Stop. What you think about the reptilian race, man? No, none of it. No, I don't know no aliens. I don't think none of the niggas who out here talking aliens know nothing about no aliens. Nah, I ain't here for it. Cause look, even if it was true, it's so beside the point when it comes to the shit we talk about, metaphysics and spirituality. It's so fucking beside the point. Like, what a man named by? Sherlock Holmes in the conversation with Watson. Watson was amazed that Sherlock Holmes didn't know the planets of the solar system. And he was basically saying, look, I have no need for it. Like, okay, that could be the case, but nigga, this is what I do. I can look at some ash on the table and tell you what kind of tobacco you smoke, what kind of pipe you smoked it out of, and probably how many puffs you took. I don't need to know the names of planets. And so it's not to say whether or not the information is particularly important, is that it don't pertain to real shit. It don't pertain to spirituality, it don't pertain to metaphysics. You got just as much evidence for reptilians as you do for Jesus walking through Israel. So I mean, to me, those are the same thing. It's got new clothes on. So I don't know, bro. Honest opinion without making it the thing. Well, you making it the thing. I know. It's a why you interested though. It's cool. You listen to this nigga. You know he gonna tell you because you're ashy. That's your reptilian DNA. Well, is there a lone context of dimensionality in regards to the dimensions of reality at large? A lone context. I'm not sure what you mean. Bring that back around, because I don't think I know what you mean. Serious suck. Hey, good to see you in the chat, man. Welcome to the show. Get y'all umbrella Monday. Weather is shitty, man. I'm here to rail on your parade. Look, Aaliyah's in the chat. She came ready for it, man. Arius the assaulter, man. I don't assault too much. I don't think I'm that abrasive. Bruh, my fucking haters, dude. My fucking haters are weird. Like, these niggas will just sit in the corner and hate me. Like, okay. Other than Instagram, no, it was yesterday. Somebody followed me. And so I looked, and he didn't have any followers yet. He's following a few people. He had Shadow Overlord in his bio, right? And so I looked and said, okay, who's he following? Like, how's he just randomly follow me? And I see he followed my other pages, some of the people I fuck with, you know, some of the people, you know, in the circle, in the group, right? And so I'm like, okay, who the fuck is this? Shadow Overlord. Like, how you gonna call yourself Shadow Overlord on Instagram and I'm not gonna say nothing, right? You clearly know who I am. And so I jumped into the DM. I'm like, Shadow Overlord? Question mark. Immediately. Don't say shit to me, Arius. Niggas be quick, boy. I'm like, what do you mean? What did I do? Niggas, it's easy to have a spooky name on Instagram and know none of this shit, man. You know, like, bro, what did he say? I don't want to pull up his chat. What did he say? He said something to the effect of, I know for a fact I hate you, but you be saying some cool shit. And I'm like, bro, what you hate me for? I must have called him a bitch. At some point in time, I must have called him a bitch, and he just never recovered. That be happening. I call a nigga a bitch. Like, bro, I've been a bitch nigga. I know what I get it. But, bro, I call a nigga a bitch, he'll just never recover. Never recover. That's how you know it's real shit. That's why you're supposed to create your own cosmic narrative after you challenge such change in metaphysical presuppositions. Yeah, it's going to be based on those metaphysical presuppositions. That cosmic narrative. We're going to get in that today. When we're talking about the non-physical conception of self, how to grasp it. Let me write this down to make sure I go back through it. Self. Because you need to know how to grasp it. You need to know what it is and why you're doing it. And that's going to pull us right into how to do the shadow work, okay? You see, motherfuckers got a lot of things that they say repetitively that feel good. And they don't know what it means. And they know they don't know what it means. But they don't know how to ask. They don't know how to say it. They don't want to say it. Because what if I lose the feel good? Why stop? Crab people. These niggas are crab people. Look, I believe in crab people before I believe in reptilians. South Park. Dr. Arius, have you ever had an extraterrestrial experience? I don't know, nigga. I am an extraterrestrial experience. Look, you go back to Bobby Hemmett, bro. He would tell y'all niggas anything not from Earth, like all the spiritual shit is extraterrestrial. Like he even went over the God Lamb and Aleister Crowley, where the idea of extraterrestrial come from. Well, you know, you got the idea, the archetype of the image of the alien with the big head and the eyes. That's Lamb. That's the God Lamb who Crowley was channeling. And that's what Bobby Hemmett went over that shit. Like that's where the whole alien shit came from. What I meant by lone context is a distinct context of dimensionality. Yeah, that's why I did the point, line, the square, and the cube. It's a lone context of it because it lays bare that dimension isn't places. That's the whole thing. Dimension is talking about your own scope of perception. Okay? Because really, when we get into this, talking about reality at large, the thing to remember is that it's an infinite number of infinities. Like infinity isn't a monolithic number. All right, it's a quality. Excuse me. I would say it's a quality. That could be debated. I would say it's a quality. But when we're talking about different types of infinity, different densities of infinity, the easiest example is 0 and 1. 0 is infinitely nothing. 1 is infinitely something. Okay, these are both equally infinite, but they're different types of infinity. They're different. To be more exact, they're different densities of infinity. So it's dimensionality don't necessarily help there because people think dimensions are places. But when we're talking about dimensionality, we're talking about how different aspects of the same thing interact. And so if we go from looking at a square, okay, and kind of learn how a square works, and then we look at a cube, well, now we got 2 squares. No, actually we have 6 squares. But we can look at 2 of them at once and see how they interact. Okay. So dimensionality will help you understand the dynamic of the thing, but niggas think it means a place. Like that's one of the things that's the only thing from that video clip that I fucking agree with from Bro Yosef. He was talking about moving from 4 to 8 to get to 9. I talked about that in our last show about going across the distance of the cube. Okay, now he'll explain it in dimensionality because that's the words niggas have now. But yeah, like all that stuff happens before physical manifestation. And so I don't want to go there. Like when you're looking at the tree of life, when you're looking at the diagrams going from 0 to 12, all this shit's already been done. Like this is why I emphasize that I'm not really a big middle pather, is because people look at that, okay, this is how the soul came down. Look at the Kabbalah, this is it. Here is how it came down. And then they think, well, let me just go back up. No, you don't go up the same way you came down, okay? A fruit falls from a tree, a seed falls from a tree. It doesn't go back up the trunk. It doesn't go back up the trunk. And niggas is trying to go back up the trunk, get back in mommy's womb. Mommy, I feel your pain. I'm coming back to help you. Shut the fuck up. God, you're a nuisance unless you become daddy. Otherwise, what was the fucking point of even paying attention to you out of everything could have been paid attention to? Let's stop. These motherfuckers are just used to feeling good with God. Shadow Overlord, Braun has villain shit. And you don't have to be a bitch nigga. Like, you have to if you want to stop being, you got to be able to find it when you're doing it and just be like, okay, look, bro, I'm being a bitch about this. Fuck, I'm being a bitch about this. I can do it. Put your chest out. Say it with your chest. But they don't want to. They probably talk shit about me too. It's cool. Calling these bitches like calling a white girl fat. This shit gonna eat away at them. Cause this shit be true. You just call me fat. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Bruh. Oh shit. Okay. I remember that. Word, I seen a small gray. I used to have spooky experiences when I sun gaze more. Because look, man, like I said, that's why I try to stay away from the conversation altogether. The only reason I didn't bring it up is to point out it's not spiritual. And it could be an interesting thing, Hey, we'll see, man. It's depictions of different extraterrestrial spirits that were being channeled. Crowley damn near made a whole religion around land. Yeah. And Bobby Hemmett goes over some of that shit, man. Do you think Lovecraft had the same experience, or was it just him and his spooky ass imagination, bro? All the pantheons are somebody's spooky imagination. All of them. All of them. And see, that's not to say, none of it's real. No. If I make a perfect illusion that you'd never question whether or not it's real, it's real. Like, look, that's why I hate the word real in the way niggas talk. No one wants to question what constitutes the category. What makes something real. That's the motherfucker's biggest slip up. This is why you need so much confidence to try and get your magic to work, because you ain't never looked at what you really think is real. And so you're trying to get the benefits without actually examining the tool. It's like if I didn't really want to look at the cup and I'm trying to drink, I'm be, well, my magic don't work. That's you. That's some coffee on my shit. That's you niggas. Look at it. Look at it. Examine it. Examine your relationship to it. How that works. Come on. That's what I'm saying. You gotta, what constitutes the category of real? What makes some shit real? And when you really get to digging in niggas, you'll find, oh, it's just physical life. That's really what niggas will tell you. It's just physical life. Cause that's the only thing they ever thought about make something real. Let me put the motion on there. Boom, there you go. Boom, there you go. There's an Anu, bro. There's an Anu. Look, I'm gonna take a pee real quick. I'm gonna be right back, and I'm gonna jump into the shit today.
That means he ain't teaching you nothing. And that's the problem with our people. They have been teaching you what you wanted to hear and not what you really needed to hear, because they didn't know what you really needed to hear. That's called the art of public speaking. Tell a person what they want to hear and say nothing well. You can say nothing if you can say it well. That's emotionalism. You see, I went through 8 years of that in college where we had these public speakers come up. You see what I'm saying? Cornbread eating Negroes. And they'd come up and they would come into some stuff and they would be talking all this good stuff and people, yeah. But everybody's ignorant. You see what I'm saying? So also, too, it's not necessarily say you got to bear witness with what I'm dealing with. That's the African right to be wrong. And if everybody agreeing on the same thing, somebody wrong. You see? Check? All right, then. So we need to get out of the public speaking as far as a person saying things well, saying nothing well, and playing on your emotion. That means he ain't teaching you nothing. And that's the problem with our people. They have been teaching you what you wanted to hear and not what you really needed to hear, because they didn't know what you really needed to hear. That's called the art of public speaking. Tell a person what they want to hear and say nothing well. You can say nothing if you can say it well. That's emotionalism. You see, I went through 8 years of that in college where we had these public speakers come up. You see what I'm saying? Cornbread eating Negroes. And they'd come up and they would come into some stuff and they would be talking all this good stuff.
Cornbread eating Negroes. Man, if I ain't said it before, ain't nothing better than pissing, coming, or shedding. Oh my God, bro, that was a wonderful pee. I didn't realize how long I've been holding that. That was outstanding. Where was I going? Boom. All right, we're gonna jump into the shit today. Once again, there's your Anu, 7-fold with a 5-fold on the outside. Okay. It's the pattern. It's the pattern, children. The dynamic. Here we go. I'm pretty sure here it is. I don't know why I named it Untitled, but I did. Here we go. Let me see. Way. Yep. Alright, y'all. Eric saying wash his hands. Fuck no, I didn't. He had my germs. What? The same way these animations, cartoons, or someone's imagination and the characters themselves are pantheons. The whole show is a pantheon. The characters are deities in the pantheon. Remember, the devil's in the details. The devil's in the details. Think about any pantheon as a show, a whole show, and all the characters in it. It's a drama. Even Christianity does it. Okay, but it's not to say which pantheon is real. Because we gotta get into the conversation, what the fuck you mean by real? Fuck. Uchista mode. Uchista mode. Oh no. Oh no, Vera. You said something earlier. I don't remember what it was. Oh, you called me an assaulter. Yes, I assault niggas bullshit. Alright, let's get into this, guys. Let's get into this. Motherfuckers be attached to that bullshit, won't be mad at me.
Remember, branding level of analysis, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. See, you see me out here, bro. You gotta see me out here. Ain't no way you don't see me. All this smoke, ain't no way you don't see me. Alright. Now, so far, I've described the self, both at large and within the context of itself. Now I'm going to describe for you my process to begin experiencing this stuff, okay? Even more to the point, how you're already doing some of this as well, okay? That's why I like to keep, that's why that's my focus, generally. You come fuck with me, I'm focusing on your premises of thinking. Where does your thinking begin? Not what you think, but how you think, okay? Because that's going to determine what go within means. Go within, boy. You hear everybody saying, boy, what does that mean? How do you accomplish this in terms of a technique? Not only that, can you describe the experience, okay?
Can I describe it as a technique and describe to you the experience? That's what we're going over today, okay? You hear a lot of people say go within. Alright? They'll attribute it to higher and lower self. Higher and lower self is bullshit. It's just God and the devil again. You just made it all about you. But then never examine self. You never examine self. You just say, well, I gotta get to the higher self. Fuck out of here. Look, don't give me higher and lower self. That's bullshit, okay? The devil's in the details. We want to actually examine what it is you already have in your hand. Okay? You're already doing the thing. See, like I say, motherfuckers will say it, but they don't know what it means. They don't believe it. They don't think about it. I'm everything. I'm all these guys. I'm the highest of the high. If that's the case, you should be examining what you've already been doing and not finding the new thing to do. How the fuck you the highest of the high and something got you locked down? If you the highest of the high, something got you locked down, sound like you the bitch. And that other thing is the highest of the high. But stop. But you trying to be subtle with it. Trying to be subtle with it. Because you don't want to actually think about the bullshit. What? Ugh. A prison. A prison for the Most High. Fuck out of here. I gotta get my pineal calcium down or else I'm really not gonna be able to upgrade my DNA. All that shit is particulate matter. You the highest of the high. You everything. But that what stopped you. It's cap, bro. It's cap. It's bullshit. It's how niggas who don't know what they talking about tell you something. And you see, niggas who don't know what they talking about consistently need to tell you something. Thanks for the correction. I realized I was stuck in duality. Non-duality helped me understand a little more when it comes to self. Your duality is inevitably going to lead you nowhere. This is the whole thing with Descartes and dualism. The European creator of the idea of skepticism, all the way down, like all the way down. He came up with the what do they call that? It's not coup d'etat. The cogito. There we go. He came up with what's called the cogito. I think it said, here goes some or something. I think, therefore I am, basically. I think, therefore I am. That was Descartes. Okay? It was a result of his skepticism. But he could never reconcile his dualism because two don't reconcile. Like I told y'all before, man, if you have two, you're necessarily going to have three. Like, you should have just stayed at one. You can stay at one. But if you go from one to say there's two at all, you have to have three. The same way if you go from three and say there's four at all, you're going to have to get 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 9. So duality ain't gonna give you what you're looking for. It never, and most people don't realize they're in a dual system. Universe A and B, the spiritual and the physical, I get it, because I've been there and I've done it. And so I'm trying not to eat the children, because somebody got to grow up to defeat me. Fuck, I ain't mad at it. So look, yeah, you want to get out of the duality shit, and we're gonna get into that as I explain some of this framework. Okay, you're immediately gonna see the three parts, because I want to come at you where you're at. All right, there's no new thing you gotta do. There's nothing to activate or upgrade. It's you. It's always you. There's no instance where you cannot be doing it. Remember, you're everything. How could there be an instance where you're not doing everything if you're everything? You're doing it. What you need to examine is what is you. Not what the answer to my question is, school trauma. School trauma. What's the right answer to what Aries is saying? Because once I tell him the right answer, then I get a gold star and we fly off into the future of self-deification, friends. No. No. I'm calling you to examine you in your own sense, in the most honest sense you can. That's what you need to get from Descartes, that deep skepticism, where you pull back everything you think you know. Not to say some of the things you think you know so you can sprinkle some spirituality on your simping up the street at the bus stop. No. All the way back. I think, therefore I am. What that nigga mean, bruh? Think about your thinking. Niggas quick to say, all is mine. All is mine. I can't tell another nigga that. Oh, we're on the same vibration. Like-minded community. All is mine. Let's both say it, guys. You have to know what shit mean. The idea of what is mind. It ain't brain. Because you say I'm not the body. Okay, well, if mind is brain, but you're not the body, what the fuck we talking about? God damn it. Mind is melanin. Okay, so mind is melanin, but melanin is particulate matter in space-time, and space-time is emergent from a more fundamental reality. So anything in this emergent reality that emerges from it, cells, melanin, atoms, quark string, gametes, whatever the fuck, all that shit is emergent. It's not fundamental. DNA, sunlight, all that shit is emergent. It's something in the Super Mario game. None of it is fundamental to reality. That's what we're gonna get into here, okay? Remember, go within. This is what we're looking for when we're doing this. Go within. This is what we're looking for. All this shit, well, it's just DNA is not it. Melanin is not it. Anunnaki is not it. Okay? All of that stuff is pixels in the Super Mario game. Go within. I want to at the very least get to you as your hands on the controller. I don't want to talk about what's in the game. Oh, they got this new patch where Super Mario fights aliens and you got to do the zombie shooting. I don't want to talk about the game. Go within. I want to, at the very least, let's look at the part of you that's holding the controller, bro. Now we talking about you. And don't just give me a new, well, that's the higher self. Higher than what? When you play Super Mario, you don't need to call yourself the higher self. Fuck out of here. More Christian bullshit. Anyways, sorry. This nigga Aries be gesturing like a motherfucker. Bro, when you get the joke, bro, it's never not funny. I'm so serious. When you get the joke, it's never not funny. 6116. Haven't been here in a minute. Hello, people. 6116. Good to see you in the chat. Welcome to the show. I'm here to rain on y'all's parade. Let's continue, guys, okay? So remember, we're getting past duality. We want to talk about go within, okay? And remember, you're already doing it. So I'm going to start you right where you at. There's no thing you need to activate, no special vegetable you got to eat, no particular yoga pose you need to do, no way you need to hum. I'm not going to tell you need to vibrate if I don't discuss what the fuck is vibrating. God, I hate niggas. Please, I'm sorry. Let's go.
How do you accomplish this in terms of a technique? Not only that, can you describe the experience? Okay. I am Brandon. What does he mean by this? It's a superficial examination. He sees himself as one thing in a physical world of many things. He may say he is not the body, but as far as what that statement means to him, default dead encapsulate his current state, okay? It's one thing to say, I am Brandon. What does that mean? What does that mean? And how does that relate to I'm everything, I'm not the body? Come on now, devil's in the details. No one can force him as to how to know himself. Okay? No elites, no archons, nothing out there. He may experience conditioning as Brandon, right? There's conditioning, most certainly. But it's his choice to take that in. To deny such would be to relinquish his power. It's your choice to take in conditioning. Oh, I didn't know I had the choice. Okay, ignorance of the law is no excuse. It is what it is and will be that till it's not. No one is forcing Brandon to mean what he means when he says, I am Brandon. See, that's the trick here. Oh yeah, y'all motherfuckers up into the, I get to do whatever I want. I'm gonna create my own universe shit. Okay, cool. What are you creating? What are you agreeing to? What is you? I say it all the time, but let's dive deeper into this analysis, okay? Below the superficial analysis, let's dive a little deeper. I'm gonna split this symbol up, okay? Now this is that same symbol.
This is that same symbol. This is the same symbol I just showed you. Okay? What appears to be one symbol is three symbols. Okay? What appears to be, I have to rewind to show you the symbols again. Because you probably didn't look at it close enough. You just said, I don't know what that is, and it didn't register. No, I get that. That makes sense. That symbol. Okay? The symbol right here. What appears to be one symbol is three. Okay? And I'm going to use this to encapsulate the idea of what we're talking about so you can see it visually. All right? You're going to experience it conceptually, most certainly. But just so we can have a visual understanding, okay? Everyone, because I want to take you where you're at. I agree with most of what you say, the initial premises, okay? I am not my body, and the physical world is an illusion. It's a hologram. Okay, cool. I'll give you both of those and I won't disagree with you. But this is the issue. Most of you niggas just say that. You've never thought about it. You've never dug deep into what it might mean. And so you don't get anywhere with it. You get into the group to do the circle jerk because all you need to do was say the spooky thing, but then you plateau. You got all this different information, but you don't know what to do with it. You don't know what to do with it. And the further some niggas go is telling you, what you need to do with it is raise your kundalini melanin so that it vibrates with your DNA helix. Because then it's going to unlock the junk DNA, when really they don't want you to know that that's the dark energy matter. God, I hate it. When I explain this to you, I'm not going to use any cells, any DNA, any melanin, any planets, any galaxies, no quantum anything. Because none of that is necessary to comprehend this. In fact, all of the shit, the whole ontological category of matter will only confuse you. Because you don't even know why it's there. You treat it like we've always thought like this, and we don't. Matter is some new shit. Human, I don't care if you say human, it's not ancient. It's some new ass shit. And niggas don't even want to look because they're too busy trying to be the nigga who can say something inspirational and wake up and raise the vibration of the planet. Sit your arrogant ass down. Sit your arrogant ass down. I'll be damned if one of these cells right here had the nerve to say what it's about to do? Fuck you mean? Boy, stop. What was that? Shut up. Shut up. You and your homies. Nigga, what the fuck are y'all niggas talking about? I'm here to rape. You don't understand how small you are in this idea of human. Stop trying to supercharge human. Human is the lie. Fuck me, man. My apologies. I'm triggered by it. I'm triggered. Okay, I'm sorry. I think motherfuckers has to be walked into awareness because they don't know that they don't know. Like how you would do on a console. Unless someone consistently wants to understand shit just sounds good. Yeah, motherfuckers don't know that they don't know. This is what I mean when I say being impressed with yourself. Motherfuckers don't know that they don't know. In fact, they think they know. Like, that's what I'm saying. If a nigga think he got the answer, he ain't gonna ask a question. And so I have to sit here and destroy everything you niggas love because you just refuse to say, okay, look, I don't know what I'm talking about. Or you really don't know, but you'll sit in the shadows and not do anything. Oh, once I get my shit right, then I'm gonna go and get some help. No, that's dumb. That's like saying once I get healthy, I'm gonna go to the hospital. Once I get rich, I'm gonna go get money. Like, I don't care that niggas are ignorant. I don't care that niggas don't understand. I expect most of them not to. As a matter of fact, I depend on most of them not to, so that they can go do the human ass shit I don't want to do. You gotta want to know where you're wrong. That's the only way to be right. It's not to feel good and have the group agree with you, unless that's all you really want. Even in thinking they know. That's exactly how it was even after I fell back into default dead defeat. The work has to be consciously applied, intentionally, yeah. And you see, look, the work isn't a doing. This is what people really miss. Because they're always asking, okay, what's the new practical methodology? What's the thing to do? There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. It's not a doing. It's a being. It's a being. It's not just, I'm going to be everything, all things. No, a roach is that. And see, niggas is lying when they say that. I'm really just going to be everything in the whole universe. And I'm just the whole universe in itself, with itself, doing itself, by itself. No. And see, this is why I tell niggas, look, don't try and identify with everything, all things, all the time, everywhere. Like, you can't grab that. That's why niggas will fall into the I'm in myself, with myself, by myself, through myself. No. Look, every one of themselves you just mentioned is something different. Your own language and the way you understand it and use it is what's fucking you up. Your own understanding of what you think you know is fucking you up. And see, this is part of why I get so mad, because niggas are spending so much of their time talking about aliens and gland activation that they never take the time to actually study any of the things they talk about. They'll tell niggas go do the research, and none of them do the research. And go look me in the face. Hey, Arius, I get all this, man. Don't eat your kids, right? You gonna look me in the face. Arius, I get all this. Don't eat your kids, right? You don't get all this. You don't even get that you don't get it. And unless you begin to be comfortable with that, you're not gonna go nowhere, bro. So anyways, to go within, right? I took the one symbol that was there. It's called default dead. This is just regular. You don't have to spookify yourself. If your mama and them named your body Chuck, just start right there. Okay, I'm Chuck. It's cool. Look, we're gonna get to the spooky. Slow down. Because you gotta admit the basics of shit. That's one thing I find, especially these bitch niggas have an issue with, is admitting the basics about themselves. on the call with this nigga, and we're talking, and it's clear he doesn't know what he's talking about. And so I'm like, hey, bro, hold on. Just do this for me real quick. Just tell me you don't know what you're talking about so we can start talking about it. He's like, nah, man, quit playing, bro. You know what I mean? I don't really this, but I mean, I kind of get this, and I'm bro, just stop. Hold on. Free yourself, my nigga. Say you don't understand. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. We spent another 20 minutes. I had to go to a different topic because he couldn't admit to himself he don't understand. Being like, I kind of get it. Don't waste your time. Tell yourself you don't understand. Because you're going to hold on desperately to what you think you kind of get. I'm telling you, man, that kind of bullshit almost don't count unless it's horseshoes or grenades. Other than that, ain't no almost. You either do it or you don't. And if you don't get it, you got to give yourself space so you can not understand, so you can move forward. Even the ego loves a nigga that don't ask questions. Yeah, bro, you gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Maestro, good to see you in the chat. Hey, man, shout out to Maestro. Hey, man, out there representing, bro. Better let us know. Fucking Mr. Think Outside the Box as well. Aliyah as well, man. Hey, man, be out here representing, resharing the shit. Good, because look, man, fuck the algorithm. Y'all niggas is the algorithm. To know and not do is not to know they can know what, but forget metaphysical action. Hold on. You trolling me? To know and not to do is not to know they can know what. I'm gonna do this again. Maybe it needs some punctuation. To know and not to do is not to know they can know. So if you know and you don't do, then you don't know that you can know, but forgot metaphysical action. What is metaphysical action? Being equals deity action. No, drop action. Drop action. Action is you're trying to bring doing along. I see it now, Ethan. I saw it. You're trying to bring a do. There's no do. We're not talking about a do. It's a being. See, look, here, remember this. If you're the thing that's everything, you're the supreme, you're the highest. You're all these gods. Okay, cool. That means you're never not doing it. So if you're never not doing it, what's got you playing human so often? See, it's not a strategy to get back to something you never left. It's examining what got you thinking you're gone in the first place. And really answering the question, oh, okay, that's the new thing I gotta say. This is why the shadow work is important. This is why I want to get to it today. Is because you niggas can't even get into none of the shit you really want because you're in your own way. You're lying to yourself. So much of your personality is bullshit. And I'm not saying that as an insult. I'm not saying that as an insult. Oh my God, it's kind of insulting. I'm hurt. Well, get the fucking sand out of your vagina. I could have been mean about it. You're in your own way. What is you? I'm pointing to that, where you're in your own way with this idea of you, of me. Oh, so I should just get rid of it? No. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You need to examine it. But that hurts. That's uncomfortable. I don't like to look at myself. I don't like to listen to myself. I'm cringe. Well, hold on. Why don't you put that in your Instagram stories? Why don't you make that your spooky name? I don't like to look at myself. I think I'm cringe and really I hate myself. Nah, Shadow Overlord is better. Spooky, dark son of the darkness who loves Kundalini 666 is better than being honest about the fact that you think you're cringe, you hate yourself, and you don't even really like yourself, but you really want love and validation from other people. Even though at the same time, you ain't even gonna take the effort, the opportunity to do none of that shit for nobody else. Bruh, stop. That's what I'm saying. Niggas is in their own way Trying to think Anunnaki DNA gonna save you from having to examine yourself. No, you're gonna suffer. It's gonna suck. It's not gonna feel good, and you're probably gonna die in a terrible, awful, unfortunately funny way. That ain't what this is about. Niggas is caught up in the game. I'm trying to get you, look, bro. I want to talk about the you that's holding that controller. Okay, let's let go of the idea that I'm everything, all this for just a moment, okay? A roach is that, a particle of dust is that. If I nutted on the wall at your mama's house and left you to clean it up, that would be divine. That would be all things. Right, what you gonna do? Put it in a little glass jar with a painting and a frame? This is divine. No. That's everything too. So let's let that go for a second because it's redundant. It don't mean anything when we're trying to talk about what is you, okay? There's more to this. There's detail in between Brandon and everything. And so I want to get into the detail, okay? I want to talk about the you that's holding that controller. Because if we can at least get to your hands on a controller, then maybe we can talk about the rest of the body. And then maybe we can talk about what the fuck it was doing before it come around here playing you. Okay, we actually looking at go within, not within something else in the illusion, but the you that's holding the controller. Ain't no way what you is supreme everything, and it ain't you that's fucking you up. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. You know the ego, I am shooketh, slick ass motherfucker. Nah, man, the ego, man, the slick ass motherfucker is the shadow shit, bro. That's the shit that the niggas is really fucking niggas up. Motherfuckers ain't even close to ego. Motherfuckers ain't even close to ego. It's shadow. They don't know what ego is because they don't study the psychological frameworks. Do people know? Because you'll say subconscious mind all the time. The motherfucker who gave you the framework of conscious and unconscious explicitly avoided saying the word subconscious because of the implications of it. Now you niggas are drowning in the implications of it because you can't let it go. You don't even know where it comes from. You don't even know how it functions. It's not even a fucking thing. Niggas just know to say the new words. It's not in any of the psychological literature. If it's anything at all, it's brain function. Your brain is a fancy piece of flesh. Let's not go within. Let's not go within. I mean, think of Shiva when you say being, sitting down calm as a motherfucker staring at your soul. Shiva is singular consciousness. That's part of the whole narrative. You got Shiv Shakti at the very top. The two dance a dance of ecstatic union, and for infinity and forever, right? But the whole narrative of the pantheon is about that singular consciousness. Like when I say the pantheon is a map of the psyche, this is what I'm talking about. It's a map of what is you. It's a map of that. And see, part of what is you is the personality, but it's the lowest part. It's the lowest part. It's trash. But you secretly impressed with yourself, with your fake humble shit. That's why you're trying to wake up the rest of the world, because you think you the nigga that's awake. Yeah, fake humble shit, right? I know. Hey, hold on, let me continue some more of this, please. Hold on, let me get in here. I'm gonna get to the rest of these comments here in just a second.
A basic examination of how Brandon sees himself. He can tell me the physical world is a hologram. Okay, cool. All right. It's an illusion. He can even tell me he is not his body. I can take all of that. Yet the question remains, what does I am Brandon mean if these ideas are the case? So if you're telling me, oh, the physical world is an illusion, it's a hologram. Okay, cool. I'll take you right there with that, man. I'm not my body. Okay, cool, bro. I'll take you right there with that. But when you say I am Brandon, with those things in mind, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm gonna help you out a little bit here. Check the framework. It's up there. You see the shit? Okay, man. We have a symbol for the body in context, the physical world at large, and for the remainder of I am Brandon. So basically, physical world's an illusion. All right, we got a symbol for that. Cool. We're going to put that, there's a variable right there. We know what we're talking about. We're going to separate that out. We got the body. Now you see how they got the cross between the two. This is where the two connect, okay? Oh, yes. Yes. Anyways, the body being the vessel, a vessel for space-time, okay? You can see the correlation between the way the symbols work with X coming between them. Now, this thing that's left over, whatever's left over after this idea of the physical world's an illusion and I'm not my body, okay? Well, there's a body and there's the physical world, so we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, otherwise we're not gonna see the whole thing. So everything that's left, this whole I am Brandon, it still don't say what the fuck you talking about, man. Still don't say what the fuck you talking about.
Let me rewind it just a little bit so I can talk about the framework. Because once again, I want to make sure I'm giving you everything I can fucking give you to understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay? You say the physical world is an illusion. Okay, cool. I got a symbol for that right here, okay? We're taking that idea into account when we're looking at this framework, okay? You say I'm not my body. Okay, look, we got the body and we got the physical world. We've taken these into account in terms of the whole ontology you're talking about so far. All of what you say exists. Because you can't tell me the body and the physical world don't exist if you're denying them. They have to exist for you to deny them, okay? So let's take it into account. The physical world at large and the body, okay? We even have, you can look at the symbolism and they connect with each other. They reflect each other, okay? So you have, because space-time and the body, the atmosphere and the agent, okay? But none of that is you, okay? So we'll put those things aside. We're not gonna get rid of them. We're not gonna tell you to reject them, but we'll put them aside, okay, and take the focus off of them. Whatever's left in the you is gonna be in the direction of this I am Brandon, okay? So this is where we're gonna start our go within, okay? This is why the shadow work is important. This is the beginning of the go within, all right? This is the beginning of it. Ugh. Gerald said, no, not unfortunately funny. Hell yeah, I was trying to be mean about it, but really, this should probably be funny, man. This should probably be funny. A lot of narcissism in this shit. Yeah, that's why I talk about nihilistic narcissism specifically. Nihilistic narcissism. See, motherfuckers are quick to say the ego. Pride. Pride is what you're having an issue with, and that's your personal pride. It's not the ego. Because these motherfuckers just need a devil to have out there somewhere to blame for the shit they don't like. Fuck out of here. Why don't you look at what constitutes what you like in the first place? Pride, okay? The seven sins of the children of the ego, okay? They're necessary, all right? They're your shit. Anyways, stop. I was suffering horribly from it. Save yourselves. He said you want validation and love from motherfuckers and won't even take the time to do that for others. Yeah, look, that ain't even a half. You niggas don't even do it for yourself. You want desperately for the world to hear you, to give a fuck about you. But you don't even give a fuck about you. And you can't admit it to yourself. Let's not even talk about you actually getting around to giving a fuck about yourself. You can't even admit to yourself that you don't give a fuck about yourself. Because you're so desperate to get it from someone else and to be acknowledging the fact that don't nobody give it to you and how the world should be. All your shoulds, woulds, and coulds, boy, that's side quest. That's beside the point. You hear yourself shoulda, woulda, or coulda, it's bullshit. Don't even waste your time. I mean, don't be facetious. Waste your time in figuring out what part of yourself insists on giving you a should, woulda, or could. But don't direct yourself based on what should, would, or could. Because is. What is don't need a shoulda, woulda, coulda, because it is. What is don't need a shoulda, woulda, or coulda, because it is. Because it is. Oh man, I should have done it when I was a little older. I should have done it. If I would have just done it, man, I could have done it. All of this. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. So you got to be able to call your own bullshit before you can pick it out in the rest of the world. That's why this part is so important. I show you the motherfuckers who clearly don't know what they're talking about, but they don't know because they've never even examined what they're talking about. They never even examined the mechanism by which they come around to be out here talking about nothing. They don't examine what is you. They talk and go within. That's what it is. What is you? You know, from the Anubis story. Yeah, see, the Anubis story is a good example of what ego is. All right, it's the nigga at the door that you should be in the party, but you can't be in the party with them shoes on. Nigga, are those the new Brandons? Oh nah, get the fuck. You can't get in here with that. You can't get in here. But dude, I'm a god. But not with them Brandons on. Not with them Brandons on. Hold on, get out the way. Hold on real quick. He got on the super Brandons. The superhuman Brandons? Oh, he really not. Kick this nigga out. Put him in the trash. Superhuman? It's not about superhuman. It's not about human. Nah, you're not getting in here with that. Oh man, he's mean. He's trying to defeat me. He's the adversary. Really? You already in here. But the reason you can't know yourself to be in here already is because you're wearing Brandons. It's because you're wearing Brandons. The only thing stopping you from getting in is the shoes. It ain't me. I'm standing here. It's my duty to stand here and remind you, hey, bro, you can't get in here with those. And you're going to look at me. Oh, look at the messenger. He's really the one who's fucking me up. It's the ego. No. My nigga, you can't get in here with them shoes. Fuck you. I'm going to get it. It's like me telling you 2 + 2 is 4. Fuck you, it needs to be 7. This is what it feels like. It's not that complicated, but it's simple stuff that people are fucking up, and it's the human stuff. And it's not even close to the spiritual shit. But I mean, we got techniques for that. Let me continue, man. We'll continue. Tone 3, good to see you in the chat. Oh, Tone cubed in this thing. Good shit this morning. Hey, man, I do what I can do. Maestro, that fake humble shit, I do be fucking me up. Hey, man, got me on a nice guy lost streak. But I'm telling you, look, that fake humble shit, and I was talking to my wife about it, the perfect example is being on a high horse that's knee deep in the mud. You in the mud too, but you got your nose up. I'm here to wake everyone up. They don't know who I am, but they're gonna hear it today. You know what? Let me do a personal Instagram message to the elite. You guys better remember me. Wait till you see me. I'm here on order of the Great Mother. Nobody care about your fucking Instagram post. Ain't nobody gonna look. There's no FBI agent watching you. No one cares. No one gives a fuck about you. And it's okay, because you don't give a fuck about them. You gotta be real with yourself. So up here on your high horse stuck in the mud. I train you! I train you! God damn it, man. Oh, well, I know you know what I'm talking about. Well, is it K-Swiss? Yeah, the K-Swisses you talking about was the Brandons, nigga. Oh man, you gotta get rid of your attachment to the personality. So you don't have to get rid of the personality. It has its function. You needed to go take this body to Walmart. You know, your body gonna go clap some cheeks. Hey, you need the personality to get that done. Okay, it has its function, but it's not you. But it's not you. And that's the trick. What is you, right? No, whatever the fuck, though. The Brandon 11's go crazy. That's what I'm saying, nigga. Ain't get here with them shoes. I got the Brandon 666s. No, you still not getting it. You're still not getting in, bro. Not with them shoes. Why This is just so funny to me, man. Oh shit, y'all don't get it, bro. That fake humble shit was me just hiding, being passive aggressive. Society ejects, thank you, sir. Yeah, that's the thing. It's passive aggressivity, you know, and you got to be able to find. Because look, it's easier to find the passive aggressive shit in yourself once you get comfortable with the idea that there are places where you need to be aggressive, more especially if it's for you. And when you get into that place where you're not comfortable with controversy, you can start scooping out that passive aggressive bullshit. Oh yeah, it's passive aggressive. That's the thing. It's humble superiority, and it's so convoluted. Like you see, the Christians used to do it, bruh. You see them do it. On Saturday, this motherfucker got a pussy on the bar, and you pouring Hennessy on it, and the next day on Sunday, she telling you about how motherfuckers need to be. It's that humble superiority. Like, motherfuckers gotta chill. Yeah, chill, bro. Okay, let me continue. Goddamn cosmic joke. Well, I'm gonna have you get the joke, bro. I'm gonna have you get the joke, boy. You ain't gonna worry about them damn shoes after that. The clap, clap, clap. You kidding me, man? Look, that's how it is. All right. Let me continue, guys. Let me continue. We're gonna get into this today.
All right, we're continuing. I've taken the initial 3 symbols, okay, and now I've added 3 more to continue this process. We got to answer this question: what the fuck this nigga mean when you say I am Brandon? If you're still gonna be right, you know, let's see what you mean. Let's see what you mean. Let's put some details in this, just context. The interior charade is the foremost aspect of the spirit presented towards the physical realm, commonly referred to as the personality. All right, I'm gonna say it again. The anterior charade, where the mouse is the foremost aspect of the spirit presented towards the physical realm. So the aspect that is presented towards the physical realm, the foremost part of that is the anterior charade. All right, all of this is the spirit, time, space. Okay, all of this is technically the spirit. The foremost aspect of that, which is facing the physical realm or directed towards the physical realm, is the anterior charade. Okay, it's more commonly considered the personality, what you would normally agree that yourself is in a general sense. Once you say I'm not the body and I'm not and the physical world is an illusion. Okay.
All right. We're gonna start here. Well, we started already, but we're gonna continue here. Okay, I'm talking to you about first things first, your personality. All right. Now, mind you, the diagrams I show you in this video, from the original video, they aren't usually the diagrams I use now. They're the most basic and the frequent. Okay. This is what I want to do, because I know you're not going to do it, and you'd appreciate me doing it. So here, let's do this. Can you see it? You can't see it. Let me do this. Where is the mouse? Oh, here we go. Come on. This thing's so sensitive. There we go. All right. Just pull the first one, okay? It's not going to be... Why would you zoom back out after I... You know what? You still can't see it, but well. That might be better. Let's see. All right, charade. Where's one of them? All right. I looked up a definition for charade. The third one is going to be the closest to what I mean when I use the word charade in this sense, okay? An empty or deceptive act or pretense, okay? The emphasis being the pretense. All right, so when we're talking about a charade, we're talking about the pretense. Okay. All right. So now that's charades. We're represented in riddling, verse, or by picture. Is that what I mean? Yeah, mostly the deceptive act. Okay. The charade of the personality, in terms of what you are behind that, it's deceptive. Okay. It's a pretense. All right. It's what you already examined. That's why when I say pretense, the pre part is the most important part there. The part where this is something that you set up. All right, when you present it to the world. All right, it's what you're presenting to the world. That's the charade. Okay, so when I'm showing you this, okay, your charade is going to talk about the personality. And there's more detail I can get into all of these. I'm going to do that in courses. But to be as basic as I can, okay? If we're looking at the idea, what's behind I am Brandon? We're talking about the personality. This is what I'm talking about here, okay? Do I need to look up anterior and posterior? Anterior and posterior are words that come out of the science of anatomy, all right? This side of my body would be the anterior. That side of my body is going to be the posterior, okay? Because remember, what I'm talking about as the spirit is all this stuff, okay? Remember, the body is the vessel for space-time, agent and atmosphere. The spirit is the vessel for time-space. See how we got time-space down here? This is spirit, okay? All three of these are spirit. For the most part, you niggas are caught up in the personality, the anterior charade, and the shadow, the posterior facade, okay? You niggas are caught up in the shadow and the face of the sphere. Where's my picture? Where's my picture? I know I have this. Why didn't I think I'd need this picture? Yeah, love some lovely. Thank you. Damn, piece of shit. Thank you, lovely. Did I put it in here? Ah, here. Okay, so I'm gonna have the picture in here. Boom. Damn it. That is something to be remembered. All things in the light cast a shadow. Damn. Are all these just the... Yeah, all these are just the fucking... Well, where's the picture I used for B-roll? Maybe I didn't save it. God damn it, dick. Here we go. Let's do this. Boom. I don't even need to turn the audio on. I'll just pause it just like that. Just change the diaper, washing the shit so bust out. I promise you the shit had nothing on the shit I just wiped. That's nasty, bro. Ugh. I'm glad y'all niggas out here taking care of babies and shit. That's just nasty. Okay. When we're talking about the I and I am, okay, this is the light of your awareness. Because keep this in mind as well. No, you're not seeing that part of the video because that's not up yet. I'll keep this in mind. We'll go back into that because I want this to be simple. I'm trying to keep this as simple as I can. Okay, that I. When you're talking soul, remember the soul isn't something you have; it's something you are. So that I, soul, is the light of your awareness. Okay, that light of your awareness shines on your conception of self, meaning your conception of self in your awareness. Okay. How you perceive yourself, what you consider yourself to be, what is you, Okay, and everything in the light casts a shadow. So not just your conception of self is going to have a shadow. The shadow is going to be connected to anything within the light of your awareness. Let me say it again. The shadow, because it's not a singular thing. Just like the body isn't a singular thing. The self isn't a singular thing. None of these infinite infinities. None of these are singular things. Everything in the light of your awareness will cast a shadow. Everything. Everything will cast a shadow. Okay? But see, this is it. Don't confuse shadow and darkness. Shadows are cast in the light. The darkness is the predecessor to light. Okay? Don't confuse darkness and shadow. It's like confusing your pride with the ego. I get why you would do it, but no, it's not the same thing. Okay? The light of your awareness shines on your conception of self. The part that the light shines on is the part that you agree with. This is what you generally call your personality, okay? The part that the light does not shine on is shadow, okay? And I don't want to go there. For all intents and purposes, if we're looking at this picture, the physical world would be the table all this shit is sitting on. Okay? It would be the table. That ball would be spirit. The part the light is shining on is the part you acknowledge in your agreements. The whole sphere is what you've agreed to. But half of the shit you're not acknowledging. And that's the problem. And see, there's layers to that not acknowledging shit. There's layers to that shit. But I'm out here. This thing's I'm crying. Good. Go cry. What is the darkness? Asking for a friend. What do you mean? What is it? It's the predecessor to light. It's the empty space. You could say it's nothing. You could say it's the nothing, but then that brings in everything, and then we're having that conversation about that dynamic. Yeah. To be completely honest, the darkness is the predecessor to light. Okay. That's it. I mean, to ask what darkness is, it depends on what else you're in context of what you're talking about. This is part of the reason I'm making distinctions between the physical world, the non-physical, and the primordials. We're talking darkness, we're talking primordial, okay? Because anything not in the light of that awareness, because now let's just talk about spirit. Look, the place where that light is coming from, that's the darkness. The place where the light is coming from, that's the darkness. The place where the light is coming from. That's why the work proper is to turn the light of awareness back on itself. But you're not going to have no bearings of how to turn or even focus the light appropriately without going through the practice of actually examining what you have in your hand already. Okay, you actually have to examine, okay, what's this thing I have that's self? There's no, remember, it's not a doing, it's a being. And so when we get into the thing about the non-physical conception of self, it's something to be. It's not something to do. Yeah, you can find something to do based on what it is you're being, but it's primarily a being. See, when you play Super Mario, you become Super Mario, right? And so what you do is based on what it is you are, right? This is always about the being, because if you figure out the being, the doing becomes obvious. The doing becomes natural. Okay? So the motherfuckers are looking for a new thing to do because they think they got being taken care of. I am that I am and all I am with gods. Just saying I am God don't work because a roach is that. Like I said, if I come to your house and I have sex with your girl and your daughter of age, on the same bed and I mess up the bed sheet, got a stain, you're gonna take that to the laundromat. That stain is God. I don't care how you felt about the fact that I disrespected your household and your family and your bed sheets. That disrespect is God. Ain't a damn thing you can name ain't God. So you saying I am God don't make a difference. It's redundant. It's affirmation. I was asking to differentiate from the shadow of age. I had to throw that in. It's 2023. Yeah. Because darkness and shadow are very similar. That's the thing. Shadow is cast in the light. Break the mold for metal casting. All right, metal casting. Think about that when I say shadow is cast in the light. Darkness is where the light comes from. Shadow is only a creation of the light. It's something that happens it's not even a creation of light. It's the effect of the light. Okay, but all shadow is in the light. It's not some darkness. No, it's in the light. There's the light doing what its parent did. Darkness gives rise to the light. Is that why darkness and light would be not the same, but something of the sort, since they exist with each other, like the yin? Not necessarily like the yin and yang, because that's describing a particular dynamic, but I will say that they're related. The same way a mother is similar to a daughter, shadow is similar to darkness. Okay, they're not the same thing. They're most certainly related and similar. Okay, you'll find that as well when we're looking at the Trinity. All right. 2, illusion has a lot of similarities to 0 itself. Okay, so you'll see that same type of dynamic, that relationship, where they have a deep similarity, almost a hereditary-like similarity, but not the same thing. And knowing the distinction between the two, you can recognize one. Like I said, bro, so many people will attribute what they do to the ego. Not even close, bro. Your personal pride to become the thing you need to get. When I say darkness is where the light comes from, the mechanism by which the light comes from the darkness is ego. The mechanism by which light comes from darkness is ego. The line between the two, the difference. It's illusion. How can the one thing that's everything ever be anything else? Illusion. By appearing to be something you're not. That's the only way. There's no... I wish a motherfucker could tell me how the one thing that's everything is ever anything else. What they're gonna do? Anthropomorphize it? Well, they wanted to know itself, in itself, with itself, through itself, together with the selves of the self in self. It's word salad. I don't care how good the dressing is. It's word salad. When we're talking about shadow work, what you're doing is you're integrating both sides of that sphere into one thing. To be completely honest, you're changing the angle from which the light of your awareness shines on your conception of self. Is this the video where I use that diagram? Was a good one. I should let y'all watch this one later. Real shit while I'm playing. No, it's not what I meant to do. Fucking sensitive mouse. Sensitive as hell. Let me show you this one other picture from another video. There we go. Boom. Alright, what is shadow work doing, okay? See this large shadow? That's your particular present predicament. There we go. Alright. You're lying to yourself about what your self is. You're looking at that sphere from a sideways angle. And some of you niggas think you're not doing it because you're better at it than a nigga who don't do it at all. No, okay? It don't matter what angle I look at from the side, it's going to create a large shadow, okay? What you want, once again, is not to get rid of the shadow, is to make it smaller, make it less influential. How do you do that? Your view has got to be upright, perpendicular. Perpendicular. You see how it's coming in from an angle from the side? It's going to make it larger. That's going to be you lying to yourself about it. See, look, coming from the side, like at high noon, perpendicular, upright. Because when you're up there and you're looking, shadows become smaller. Okay, that's what you're trying to do conceptually. All right, conceptually now, we're going to talk about how to actually do it in a practical sense. Because most time when they say practical, they mean physical. Fuck out of here. Gerald Sunbright, when you say darkness, are you talking absence of light or conceptual state of awareness of being? Conceptual state of awareness of being. Both. Here, I'll explain. When I say darkness is what gives rise to light. It's like when I say before you know, you gotta not know. And so the absence of light is its predecessor. The absence of light is its predecessor. So you're correct on that. But as far as it being a, let me see what you said again. Conceptual state of awareness or being. Conceptual state of awareness or being. Yes. And see, once again, you're doing it already. It's right here. There's no place to go upgrade or download, okay? So when we're talking about the darkness, as in your conceptual state of awareness or being, right now, right here, this is that I, okay? One way I do it, real simple, easy ones, okay, look, we're right here. This is physical world, right? Space-time. There's a pair of glasses, there's a candle, pen, notebook, coffee cup, physical body, right? Pull back, imagine an apple. That doesn't exist spatially. That apple doesn't need cells, doesn't need a lineage of trees to have come from. Don't need DNA. That apple don't need none of the physical shit at all. And it doesn't exist spatially, okay? This is time-space. This is outside of physical. This is non-physical, okay? Really simple so far. You got physical, you got non-physical. If we're talking the primordial or the darkness, it's where the light of your awareness is coming from. The I. That I that can see through these ones and can see that apple. The I that can see through these eyes and can see that apple. That's the third density. It's 90 degrees from the physical realm. And so it's something you're already doing. You're already there. You exist on all three densities. But it's about how you draw the lines on what you call self. Because for most people, all they got is Brandon. They got Brandon and I'm everything. A roach is everything. A roach is everything. That nasty stain on the bed is everything. I took a shit this morning. It's everything. That's a redundant statement. It feels good to hear. When you're real deep in human and you forgot about the spiritual shit, come on, bro. I'm everything. Paper or plastic? It feels real good when you're going through shit. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's a redundant statement. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. And when we're talking about the I, because here goes lie, it's interesting, the necessity of ego. Yeah, ego is the am in I am. Soul is I, ego is am. And it's not, once again, you can repeat what I said for years. You can tell every dead nigga in the world. If you don't understand what it means in your own personal experience, it don't matter. It don't matter. And I'm telling you right now, ego and soul, you niggas don't even need to be close to trying to figure it out. This shadow work is really what you niggas need. I'm telling you, look. What was the list? What's the list I was looking at? Because I'm listening to the different things niggas say they want, how they want it to be, what they want to tap into. It's shit like learning to have a daily routine. You don't need spirituality for that. Don't worry, no, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you. Not in this episode. I'm gonna give you what you're looking for. You want to develop confidence, concentration, and focus. No need spirituality for none of that. Self-mastery, community, emotional balance. You don't need spirituality for any of that, but you want it. Most niggas barking up the wrong tree, bro. I'm telling you. But it's alright. Don't worry, daddy is home. I'm gonna give everybody what they need to, and they ain't even got a titty. Fuck you talking about? Alright, let me continue here. Okay. So look, basically this is what we're talking about here so far, okay? The relationship between the personality and the shadow. Okay? And I'm only saying the shadow because it's words people know. Alright? I'm only saying the personality because it's words people know. Alright? In terms of the framework, especially when I make it a little more detailed, well, when I show you the detailed ones, because I've made the detailed ones, I just haven't presented them. There's no sense in me calling it personality or shadow. Like when we're just talking about day-to-day stuff, like within the game, okay, personality, shadow, it's common language. The words mean something, okay? And so there's more detail or complexity to it. Anyways. You see, we go from self in context as very singular, all right? When we get to the spirit, with the addition of things like the proper persona, it becomes at the very least triune. When you get to the level of I am, you're going to have in at least a five-fold pattern. Bro, talking about the physical world as the third dimension. It's not. Niggas, once again, they repeat people. It's not the third dimension. It's experienced three-dimensionally. If I turn on Super Mario 64, I know everybody plays Super Mario 64, okay? The game is experienced as if it's a three-dimensional reality, right? It's experienced three-dimensionally. It's not even close to that. The reality is, it's in that cartridge. You remember? The game, the whole world is in there. That whole world is in there. It's by no means three-dimensional in any sense, but it's experienced three-dimensionally. The physical world is experienced three-dimensionally. The details. Because what you are, I would say, is at the very least five-dimensional. If you're talking about yourself as the body, it's at very least five-dimensional. Because you're experiencing the flow of time, and then you're experiencing it from a place. So you got the body, three dimensions, the flow of time, fourth, regardless of which way you're going through time, fourth dimensional, and then the perception that you have from outside of all that looking in. That's at the very least five dimensions. But then we're going to get into the dodecahedron, that's got 12 faces, all of them are five-pointed faces, the five-sided faces, the pentagons. And the actual structure, see, this is what I'm saying. This shit there's a reason for it other than spooky body thing. None of this shit has anything to do with what's in your body. I'm so serious. Look, we put the body all the way to the side. None of the spiritual shit has anything to do with your body. None of it. None of it. It is worm food. I know you needed to go say hi to your mama, give her a hug, go eat that Thanksgiving dinner, do your dance at the club. You know, you got to do the latest, what niggas is doing now with the, you got to go do that with the body. You need the personality of it, okay? So it has a purpose, but when we're talking spirituality, bro, all that shit's in the trash. All that shit's in the trash, bro. All that shit's in the trash. When you let go of the narcissism, that shadow gets exponentially smaller. Because the you're excessive about ain't even you. Yeah, when you start to get rid of the narcissism, yeah, you can do that, but you can't do it without tackling that nihilism as well. All right. Yeah. I gotta write that down and make sure I continue talking about that shit after I finish with this. That nihilistic narcissism is rampant, bro. Anyway, okay. Let me continue the video here. Where do I want to go? Because I really just talked to you about all that, to be honest. Let me see what's that. I'll let you look at that real quick, okay? Yeah.
This motherfucker, and now you so convinced there's got to be a here and a there. Already doing it. You're always doing it. You can never not be doing it. But the question is, what is you? What the fuck is you? You niggas have no idea. Now, some additional symbolism. Remember when we started here, there was multiple symbols and what appeared to be one symbol. Let's say it. With the addition of some symbolism for the density of the primordial, we have all these symbols present. Okay, so this is a collection of all the symbols we've used so far, including the addition for the realm of the primordial. Okay, now we can make this a bit more organized to give us some room. So describing the primordial is a little simpler. Okay, boom. Oh yes. Now here at the density of the primordial, we have a few symbols within one. Now in both the reboot camp and the chaos courses, we'll be exploring this framework in greater depth. But for now though, I will say that the primordial realm is the realm of the ego and the soul, among other things. Okay? So I'm not gonna leave you completely empty-handed. And I'll even open up that symbolism a little bit for you right there. The relationship between these two concepts is the driving force behind the entire process within context, okay? The relationship between the ego and the soul is the driving force behind the entire process within context of itself. Now, at large, the driving force of the entire process is simply the geometry, structure, architecture, the architecture of the Trinity at large. The architecture of the Trinity at large is what gives rise to any of the within context.
This isn't complicated. And they're gonna look at that. And I realize that they're gonna look at that and like, damn, Marius, that's crazy. I don't understand what that is. What you mean? That's confusing, bro. I done showed you this shit so many times. And niggas will look at me like, hey, bro, you overburdening the conversation with words. I remember I heard somebody say that one time. What you mean? So the conversation got too many words now? I'm gonna start grunting. You niggas making me mad. Where do I have it? Because you've seen this before. Maybe it ain't in here. It might be in the show files. Fuck me, right? I'm a nigga. Season 2. Where did I put it? Oh, damn it. No, I'm that guy. I could have sworn I took this diagram too and put it in my folder, but now I don't see it. And I feel like a dick. God damn. It was the tree picture, y'all. Shit. Nah, I look like a chode. Oh, man. I look like a total chode right now. I'm really pissed. I thought I had this picture in my fucking folder. I'm sorry. Okay, what we're looking at here is the dynamic between soul and ego. I and am, okay? This might be it. Give it to me. Yeah. 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 Okay, let me do this. I'll move that to the side. Look, I've shown you this before. There we go. What's it look like on the screen? There we go. Look, you see the down and back up. You see the down and back up. You see the down and back up. Remember, you don't go back up the way you came down, okay? Having touched the physical world, you are forever changed. You are forever changed. Why do I suddenly want to be drunk? That's so funny. All right. But this is what I've been saying. This is the dynamic that drives the whole process. But you being able to explain to me ego and soul in terms of I am isn't necessary for you to do the work. Just like you don't need to know the code behind Mario Nintendo 64 to play the game. You don't. As a matter of fact, if you had to focus on the code while you played the game, it would fuck up the game. So you don't need to know my framework. You don't. You don't need to know anyone's framework. You really need to know your framework. But see, what is you? You can't just skip over it. It's so pivotal in whatever ideas you have. It's the center of that shit. Gotta appreciate the diagrams. Gotta get a point. Gotta get a printout of each one. What's she gonna do with the printout? What's she gonna do with the printout? Well, you ain't got a printer, do you? I'm a dick. No, I don't know what you need to print out for. You get a screenshot if you want it. Shit, I just you ask me in the email, I'll send it to you. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, the shit's not difficult. It's just changing what you think you already know. That's the big one. Motherfuckers don't understand the degree to which they're ignorant. They're spending too much time trying to, hey, I'm the fool, look at me, I'm ignorant. Yeah, we know. Once again, it's redundant. Where are you ignorant? Where's your inevitable ignorance? That's what you need to go towards. Not just being willfully ignorant. Because then you never fucking figure anything out. Real shit. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm not even gonna finish this video. You know what I'm gonna do? No close the tabs. No, that's not what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pull this shit out my ass right now. Not. I shouldn't have said that. This is what I'm saying. I'm about to go ahead and just do this lecture from a different set of slides. I'm gonna just give you some of the raw shit as opposed to looking back at the video, because I want to get to the meat of this real quick. I'm so serious. And because it don't be that difficult, right? It really, really, really don't. It really, really, really don't. Bro, what are you doing to me? Open up. Did I double click it appropriately? Hey man, you got me here looking like a fool. Yeah, I need to recover those. I'll minimize them though. Open up what I asked for. Okay, I'm glad you opened it up on this screen. Where's what I asked for, bruh? Here it is. Now how do I... No, I'm not gonna show you that one. That is really the one that'd be good, but I would need a whole new video for that, to be completely honest. But I know I'm gonna pull that back up at. Where is the one I wanna? Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. Alright, and I can make the view like this. And now how do I go to the next slide when I want to do the next slide? Oh, I can just do slideshow. I'll just do slideshow and move through the way I want to move through. Start from the first slide. And oh shit, I got a little thing on this side. Forget something. I don't really need this though. I don't know how to exit. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm gonna do it like this. I think when you're so impressed and baffled by the simplicity of the shit, especially from the game's perspective, you think it has to be more. Looking for what you don't know, not knowing the ignorance. Yeah, y'all niggas be thinking it has to be a lot more. It has to be, like motherfuckers will say, nah, I'm not looking for the shit from the movies. But then if it's not from the shit in the movies, you like, well, I don't know if it's real. Or I don't know if I did the thing. Oh yeah, man, it's real subtle. That shit, it's the pride, it's the expectations. Cause you're so used to being on that high horse in the mud, pretending like wasn't no mud. When you really start to even touch the mud, it just seemed like so much. It's not. It's just really most of what your personality has been bullshit. It's mostly because you never checked this, you never cleaned your room. You're a hoarder. But I mean, there's work to be done. There's ways to get through it. Okay, hold on. I need to urinate again. So I'm going to start this up today, but before I do, I want to play that B-roll I didn't play for you guys before. I want to let you listen to some of it because I think it's relative to go back into it because I want to talk today about this idea of shadow work. So I'm going to let you listen to the B-roll. I'm going to play. Bro, it's in the documents folder. Why are you playing with me? Right? How are you gonna take all day to load the documents? Okay, here we go. That light shines upon your conception of yourself. And the side of that conception that the light shines upon is what you would generally identify as yourself. The side of that conception of self that the light does not shine upon is what is known as the shadow. The personality is the sum of those agreements that you honor in defining yourself. The things that you would generally have no issue agreeing to when you describe yourself. The shadow is the sum of those agreements that you dishonor or do not acknowledge in defining yourself. Alright, there we go. Alright. Just to keep in mind what we're talking about is the relationship between the personality and the shadow. The relationship between the personality, the shadow, and the light of your awareness, okay? This is what we're talking about when we're talking about shadow work. This is from the collection of coursework that I've been designing. The set of slides before this were the one about the fool. It's a whole course in itself. But how do I go to the next slide? I remember there was a button I could push. Hey, you see that shit? Okay. Alright, so what I want to do real quick. I want to tell you what I'm going to tell you. I want to tell you. And then if I remember, I'm going to tell you what I told you. So I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. And then I'm going to tell you what I told you. Okay? This is just part of a framework I like to use in going along the entire course of the Fool. So through the whole major arcana. But it's not really important because I'm not showing it to you yet for real. But anyways, so what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the basic elements of the framework and how that relates to branding. So we started there so far, okay? We've started on the basic elements of the framework, what we're talking about. That consists of this idea of I am Brandon, okay? We're going to get a little more to that. And the diminished persona is something I haven't spoken too much about. It's part of the proper persona. Once again, I'll show you a little bit more of that. Because there are 4 angles on the diminished persona. It's not complicated. It actually gets very clear. But anyway, no, wrong button. Page down. Okay. So remember, Brandon has spent most of his time focusing on the body and space-time. Even though he says it's not real, if you ask him what makes something real to you, whether or not it's physical. Okay? So we're moving away from that. We're looking away that. We're actually examining what's contained in this idea of I am Brandon, okay? And so we get to here, all right? Now, I showed you the fancy names, all right? I showed you the fancy name of the framework to help you, for you niggas who want to do it for free and just want to come, look, say, I can do it myself, Aries, even though I know you can't. Go ahead and do what you do, bro. But anyways, I took the fancy names off, and I'm using Brandon and Cliff, all right, to help make it more human. Okay? So you got the meat bag. That's not you, all right? I'm not my body, okay? Space-time, the physical world, all this particulate matter. It's an illusion. It's a hologram. Okay, cool. We got that right there. So we know what we're talking about. But what does I am Brandon mean? Because in that, you got the personality, you got that shadow, and then you got the spirit. Okay, so once again, the I am part is going to be the light of your awareness. So we're not really dealing with it yet, to be completely honest. What we're doing with the non-physical conception of self, which is Cliff, is put you in a position to stand outside of being Brandon, okay? Because this is part of the reason you're so caught up between these two, because you know yourself as Brandon, okay? For example, when I say the idea that I am everything, it's too much, you can't grasp it. Is the problem. This is why I suggest not going to say, well, I'm everything. You can't grasp that. The reason you're going to keep falling for being Brandon, because you can grasp it. Why can you grasp it? What do you mean by that, Aries? You know all the details. You have a narrative of Brandon. Having a narrative about a thing allows us to grasp it. We know where it comes from, what it is based on that, and then how you can use it, what you can do with it, what it's going to do moving forward. We have a narrative for everything. You have a narrative for Brandon. The result of that being all this Brandon level shit, personality and shadow, okay? Personality and shadow. You're not getting rid of either one of them. You're changing what is you. Why can't you just use Brandon? Because the whole idea of Brandon is caught up in meat bag and physical world. The whole idea of Brandon, well, I'm gonna clean them off. Boy, if you don't throw them nasty shoes away. No, I know, I get it. They feel good, they're comfortable, there's nostalgia. All that shit is why you can't seem to let go of it. All right? So part of there's just 2 steps we're going to do, okay? The first one is knowing yourself as Cliff. Because as you can see, the I am don't need to change. You don't need to even touch the I am. Okay? To start the shadow work, you don't need to touch the I am. You really don't. What you really got to do is just examine the Brandon part. Okay? But you don't want to do it as Brandon. Why? Brandon's right there in the middle of that shit. Brandon is conflicted. Being Brandon is a terrible place to view this from. To actually examine Brandon and Brandon shadow, being Brandon is a terrible place to do that from. You're in the middle of the mud and the water yourself. You want to take it from a higher perspective, or a different perspective at the very least. To be honest, Cliff don't even have to be higher. If it feels better, if it works more for you, you can take Cliff as lower. I think that'll make it more confusing, because this is what I try to bring to you when I'm telling you about Cliff, okay? When I said I'm tired of talking about the stuff in the video game, meatbag and space-time, right? I'm tired of talking about that. I want to get to the motherfucker holding the controller. Cliff is the closest we can get to it, okay? At first, his first step is just giving you something to not have to be branded. Because remember, the work right now is being. The reason you can't figure out branding is because you're convinced you are Brandon, for real. That's what's real to you. And so that's why you can't let it go. But if you were to actually examine the ideas that you say, I'm not the body and the physical world is an illusion, you wouldn't think of yourself as Brandon. But you really, really do. It's what you consider real. And I'm not saying that to say, ha ha, look at you. I'm saying, nigga, you have to let that go. It contradicts what you say you believe about not being the body and not being in the physical world being an illusion, because the entire narrative of Brandon is caught up in that. Everything you say ain't real completely defines Brandon. That's why it's unfit to do the spiritual work. It's good to go to Walmart. It's good to go buy a present for your little cousin. It's good for that. It's not good for the spiritual work at all. This is why we start with Cliff, the non-physical conception of self. This is the closest we're going to get in the direction of the motherfucker holding the controller. Okay, so you get to Cliff just right here. It's probably just about thumbs on the controller. But thumbs on the controller is so much closer than, oh, I'm going to make the character in the game super powerful, and that's what's going to get me out the game. No, stop playing. Put the controller down. But see, if what you think you are is Brandon, you can't put the controller down because Brandon ain't holding it. Brandon ain't holding it. Brandon ain't holding the controller. And so you can't put it down. You can't even begin to imagine. Because what you is Brandon. His personality and shadow. And most of the time, you ain't even gonna, see, that's the crazy shit about it. You ain't even Brandon, but you lie to yourself about Brandon. And so it won't even be personality and shadow, it'll just be personality. With the pompous, oh, I have a dark side, it's there, but I balanced all of it out. It's all about balance. These niggas be lying through their teeth, bro. These niggas be lying through their teeth. Elias says, in the perspective of Cliff and Brandon, Cliff would be big Yugi, the Pharaoh, and Brandon is like little Yugi. You can say, you can use that dynamic if you like. But Yugi didn't see him, little Yugi didn't see himself as big Yugi. He didn't. He wear the thing. He's like, I'm the greatest duelist. Ha 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 ha. The whole time, it's your boy. It's your boy coming through. That's who the realest duelist is. But Yugi, you know it's me. Impressed with himself. Impressed with himself. But nah, it was the real Egyptian nigga come through that was the real nigga doing it. So that's what I'm saying. It's a being. It's a being. And so you don't want to get caught up in being impressed with yourself as, I'm Yugi, I'm the second duelist master in the world. I can't wait to go fight Kaiba. You'll see. Nah. Believe it. And that's Naruto. Look, bro. It's not about being Brandon. That's the thing. It's letting go of that idea of yourself as Brandon. Not saying throw it out, never say it again. Just you can grab it back because you're gonna need it. I know you will. Hold on to this over here. Let go. Really let go. So you never know how far you can go unless you risk going too far. It's easy to say, I'm a god, this and that and that. But when your godness only applies to having a physical body, it's weak. It's a diminished capacity. If you are the nigga playing the game and all you can see yourself is as someone in the game, you've diminished your capacity. You've constricted your conception of self. That's the big problem with Brandon. It is a diminished capacity. Okay, so when we're looking at this, this is the diminished persona. This is the proper persona. Okay, I have it on the next one. Yeah, here we go. Okay. And so when you're stepping into the proper persona, you're moving more in the direction of I am. Okay. But it's not as simple as just saying I'm Cliff, because you're only so much Cliff as you are no longer Brandon. You're not going to be able to serve two masters on this. You're not going to be able to serve two masters on this. See, in the boot camp, in the consultations, and we directly go over exercises, actually building the context, uncovering the context, really, of that non-physical conception of self. It's there the whole time. If Brandon is the character in the game, not even actual fucking pixels. The idea is what Brandon is. Fuck out of here, man. Look, you ever play one of the role-playing games? And no, I can do the Super Mario. Even when you playing that little avatar in the game, running around, the idea of Mario is you. That's in you. You project that over this collection of pixels and code. You overlay the legend of being Mario. That ain't necessarily the pixels or the code. See, that's what I mean. This is why Brandon is so fucked up. Because Brandon ain't even a physical thing. You can take my arm, you can take the hand, you can throw me over here, you can try to change my name, it don't matter. Brandon ain't a physical thing. But Brandon is so inundated with the idea that what Brandon is the physical body and the physical world. You can't even tell this nigga nothing. You can't, as Brandon, you can't fully experience what Cliff does, what Cliff is. Brandon is inundated with all the physical world stuff, okay? And remember, this ain't a place you gotta go. You're already there and you're already doing it, okay? So that the diminished persona, that's the Brandon shit, all right? Because do I show the rest of that one on here? No, I don't show the rest of that one because this is one of the first slides, okay? Here's one way to say it, okay? This is going to be the lowest aspect of spirit, is this duality between personality and shadow, where you really think you the thing that's in the middle of all this. Why? Because you're agreeing to it. But that's because you diminish your own capacity. So the diminished persona is the lowest part, okay? It's the part that's going to be generating personality and spirit. It's going to be the deciding factor. It's going to be where that stuff is coming from. But when you rise out of that, okay, when I say rise, I do not mean something spatially. When you stop playing Brandon and lean into being Cliff, you rise. It's like when I say the Most High creates the most low. It's not spooky fuck magic somewhere. It's if you have a high, you necessarily have a low. Because otherwise, by virtue of what is the first thing high? You can't have a high without a low. And so that's how the Most High creates the most low. As soon as you have high, you have low. But niggas needed to be a spooky magic narrative in the sky somewhere with Anunnaki. Once again, no cells, no melanin, no DNA, no kundalini, no sunlight code. No sunlight codes here. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. None of it. You don't need any of that to do the work. What is you? And if you're telling me the physical body is not you, and the physical world is an illusion, it's a hologram, then none of the shit in the hologram is the answer. None of the shit in the hologram is the answer. Shadow work. As Cliff, engaging with Brandon. as Cliff engaging with Brandon. Because remember, infinite infinities, densities of infinity. None of the things I'm talking about are singular, nor are they objective in any sense. I don't even like the duality of subjective and objective. These are conceptual. These are not something out there. There is no out there. There is no in here. This is the appearance of a place. The physical world is the appearance of a place. You niggas will say it's a hologram. You'll say it's a simulation. But see, what you really mean is literally the Matrix, and it's a computer program, and there's somebody outside the computer program. Oh, I got them. Look at me. Oh, I'm the overgrowth. Oh, fuck Sophie. It's just another stupid narrative. You have no idea what you're talking about, because this is what they do. Motherfuckers reduce everything spiritual to the body, and then, oh, I got it now, so here, let me keep adding to this convoluted narrative. Like, niggas gotta do so much just to leave Christianity and find something to believe. Well, these niggas put Lucifer in the cosmos. Lucifer in the cosmos. That show the niggas don't know what they talking about. Anyways, let me continue. Shadow work, okay? Now you don't have to know yourself to do that's your cliff to do shadow work. You don't. But it makes no sense to do it as Brandon. Brandon is conflicted. Brandon is biased. Brandon is the reason there's a distinction between your personality and shadow to begin with. Brandon is the reason there's a distinction there at all. Brandon is compromised. Brandon has a conflict of interest. So much of Brandon is bullshit. It's lies. It's shit you tell yourself. And you know it. You know it. Like, that's the shit. You know it. But you're so invested in making sure that your spooky Instagram name says such and such to niggas who don't know you. Shadow overlord. Man, you ain't got no followers yet, but you gotta tell niggas you a shadow overlord. Don't realize how much of what you've been calling spiritual work is cap. It's cap. But niggas got room to hate me. Okay, whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck. Lil Yugi was getting his ass handed to, especially without Big Yugi. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nigga was impressed with himself. Impressed with himself. Look alive. We done talked about it, bro. Impressed with yourself for how you fucked up. Alright, so remember, these are the fancier names. And keep in mind, guys, you don't need to deal with I am to do shadow work. As a matter of fact, I don't even think you motherfuckers really want to get to I am. Because you're going to lose a lot of what you thought was you to get there. Alright, and it's not even, when I say get there, I'm speaking in figurative language, and I can't do that because niggas will hang on your every word. Fuck! No, I get it. In order to really get into the being part of I am, you're going to have let go of a lot of the other things to experience that shit. Like just inner peace and a profound sense of love ain't it. Fuck. Niggas, this is why I don't like talking about the primordial. Is because niggas who have no business even focusing on that will be so quick to tell me about the primordial work they're doing, and they're doing none of the shadow work. So I know for a fact they're not doing anything primordial. So much of primordial is being. You come to me talking about all the doing primordial. I know it's cap. And the reason you don't know it's cap is because you don't want to do the shadow work because that shit don't tickle. It feels bad. Even just looking in the direction of it feels bad, and I get that. I get it. But I tell you, this ain't about you feeling good. It never was. And if you need it to be about you feeling good, go back to Jesus. But Jesus wasn't real, nigga. You don't even want to actually look at what real is. So that's where you belong. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play, because you ain't playing me. You only playing you. Ain't no me. Ain't no we. What do you really believe? What is that nasty, dirty shit you really believe? Where's the part of you that don't really believe none of this magic, metaphysical anything? Where that part at? Because that's why you need so much confidence. Because you won't look at it. You don't want to address it. You rather chest out your way through it. I believe! That's blind faith. You gotta face it. And if you face it as Brandon, you're gonna keep losing. If you face it as Brandon, you're gonna keep losing. Why do you want to face it as Cliff? Because Cliff don't have to be of the world. Once again, this is Brandon's problem. Brandon not only thinks he's in the world, but thinks of himself of the world. He's not only in it, he thinks of himself as being of it. Imagine you playing Super Mario, and not only do you see yourself in the game, but you know yourself to be of the game. And so you can't see past fucking Peach's castle and what Bowser gonna do. Because you're of that world and in it. See, Cliff can be in it, but does not have to be of it. Cliff can be in it, but does not have to be of it. See, this is why I listen to motherfuckers tell me I did this in the astral. I did this with this God. But you did it as Brandon. That's your problem. No, I was infinite, everything. No. You don't even know what you're saying. You see, this is what I'm saying. I'm not telling you you weren't that thing. But if you can't grasp it, you go back to the default. You were Brandon. Just like the Anubis story. Where bro was out there dancing with Anubis, far out there, wherever, just being super, being gods, having a good time. All of a sudden, here come a human thought, the ego, here come. What is you? Tell him, ask him. Ask him what? What you mean? We gods, we dancing. Oh, you know what to ask him. You hear that you, and you just pull it all the way back to human, all the way back to Brandon, because that's what you think when you hear you. You can tell me the spooky cap, because that's what you're supposed to say in the little spiritual circle jerk, but you don't believe it. And you don't know how to contend with the fact that you don't believe it, because you want to believe it so much. And so now it all becomes about what you want as Brandon. And trying to get that. See what I'm saying? Brandon is conflicted. Brandon is conflicted. The stats on your character are shit. You done put all your skill points into healing, but nigga, you could have got all these healing potions, so you just wasted your skill points. You need to reassess that shit. You done put everything into health, but now your magic is shit and your stamina ain't shit. You need to reassess your character. Not to say the character is you. You need to reassess the character. And if you think what you is the character, you're not going to be able to do it. See, that's just fucking human shit. That's just human shit. There you go. You shadow work right there, bro. Reassess the character in the game. Change around those fucking stat points. Okay, what do I mean in a more practical sense? Okay. Yeah, doing shit and don't know why. Most likely in them emotions. Yeah. So much of what's being learned is being felt more than it's being learned. It's in the emotions. Yeah. It's motherfuckers. This is my tuition. This is what I feel. So it's right. Y'all don't get the sand out of your vaginas. Good God, I understand why you're so irritated. You got the sand in there. You got a sandy vagina. God damn it. I understand though. I've been there. I'm not gonna lie. I've been there. I'm not gonna lie. There's enough of me still there for me to be triggered, right? Hey, look at that. All right. What else did I want to do on this one? I don't want to make this more complicated than I need to. I don't want to make this more complicated than I need to for today. Because I really could make this much more fucking complicated than I need to for today. Alright. So what are we talking about, guys? Okay? We're talking about the go within. We're talking about the go within. The first stop on that within is going to be shadow work. Okay? We've talked about what a shadow is. Its relationship to the personality and the light of your awareness. Look what I'm saying. You don't need to worry about the light of your awareness because that's going to shift as you do the shadow work. It's like if we sit at the base of a tree, right? And you like, hey, bro, I want to be high up in the air. And I'm like, okay, climb the tree. And you like, how am I know when I'm high up in the air? I'm like, bro, don't even worry about that. Climb the tree. Before you know it, you're going to be there. Because for all intents and purposes, you were in the air at the bottom of the tree. But I can't tell you that because you don't know what you want. You want a new feeling. You want something to be different. So I say, okay, climb the tree. You've been in the air the whole time, but you need to see the same air in a different way before you believe something. So go ahead, climb the tree. And by the time you don't reach the top, you were high in the air somewhere around halfway. Okay, so what I'm telling you is to climb the tree. Climb the tree. But I want to do the I am primordial. Look, bro, you don't even understand how you never left. So, and I can't even get you to understand that you don't understand because you want to be that so bad. You want to be it so bad, you can't acknowledge the fact that you're not it without judging yourself and falling into some emotional well of self-pity. Fuck, Brandon is compromised. That's what I'm saying. You want people to connect with you, to understand you, to hear you, to feel what you're saying, to get you. You don't even do that to you. You don't even listen to you. You don't even listen to you. You talking about hearing a channel from Thunderbird? You motherfuckers don't even listen to you. How the fuck you getting something all the way Thunderbird? Because anything you get from Thunderbird is going to be filtered through that shadow shit. I can't, bro. I can't. I can't. Fuck. Tree analogy is perfect. You're already doing it. It's the emotions, the self-esteem coming from the personality. And look, the reason you niggas is high on self-esteem and confidence is because you don't like yourself. And you lie to yourself about the fact that you don't like yourself. See what I just did? See, you lie to yourself about the fact, here's the lie, about the fact that you don't like yourself. So the thing that you present to the world, you don't even like it. But you're lying to yourself about this. Once you see, this is all that shit. Yourself. All that's personality. I don't keep telling you, girl, let me go. Everything you've invested in this idea of me, not the word me. I'm not telling you to stop saying the word me. You keep saying the word me. You gotta change what you mean by it. You gotta change what you mean by it. Oh, I was waiting for that. you got to change what you mean by it. And that ain't no archons. That ain't no elites. None of that shit is stopping you from characterizing you. What is you? Ain't nothing stopping that. I don't care how much distraction and holographic illusion. You have to get out of your own way. You wouldn't need so much confidence and self-esteem if you could start to examine how much you hate yourself. How much you think of yourself as unworthy. Why do you think, okay, no. People want a way to be consistent with this work. Okay. You know how you figure that out? Shadow work. What you mean by that? Cool, check me out. You say, I can't be consistent with this. Here you go, Brandon. I can't be consistent with this. I start, but then I fall off. Okay. You're so caught up in the fact that you want to be consistent with this, you don't think about what are you consistent with? What are you consistent with? Oh, nothing really, bottom line. Bottom line. What do you do every day? There's a couple things you do every day without fail. You can be consistent, but you're bullshitting yourself. See, that's Brandon shit, bro. That's Brandon shit. And I'm not saying it to you to say I never do it to myself. I'm not spooky Jesus Buddha. Fuck you mean? This is the one place I actually know some shit. Like a nigga who can tell you about your car don't have to have a perfect car. I know a nigga right now know about mechanic shit. But look at his G36, whatever that damn called. I know you don't have to have a nice car to know how cars work. Okay? I gotta catch the replay on this. Hey man, you gotta catch the whole season again, bro. You gotta catch the whole season again. Really, real shit, bro. You can spend your time digging through there and then pulling out the gems. What you really need is the console, so we can get to it right then and right there. See, motherfuckers is looking for some universal thing I can tell any and everybody, so that once they get it, they good. It don't work like that no more. We don't share cultures and religions. Look, the one thing I know we share is Jesus. I know you niggas know about Jesus, which is why I keep telling you the Christian shit that you say was so wrong, because I know that's something we share. Video games. I know you played Nintendo Mario 64. All right, or Super Mario, or Street Fighter. I know you play some of that. That's how I use the symbolism. There's no universal symbolism I can give niggas. Why? Because there's no universal rules. You're quick to say, I can do everything. I can do it all. There's no limitations. So what are the rules I gotta follow? You're contradicting yourself. I'm not the body, I'm not the personality. I'm not the body, the physical world's an illusion, but I gotta upgrade my DNA. You're bullshitting yourself. The physical world's an illusion. Melanin, DNA, aliens. You're bullshitting yourself. You're contradicting yourself. And you don't even want to look at it. You don't even want to look in the direction of it. Shadow work, you're never going to be done with it. As long as you have a physical body that needs a personality to operate, you're always doing shadow work. You're always doing shadow work. You're always going to be doing some of it. It's the basics. It's the basics. It's cleaning off your glasses. Your personality is like I would say it's like a lens. Okay, but I actually don't want to continue that narrative. I don't want to. That analogy. I was talking to someone the other day. I realized the self-esteem of the student counts so much on what's being learned. If you're not confident in students, they don't give a fuck about putting in work versus feelings. This confidence shit is all feelings. You don't have to be confident in yourself to do something. Allow yourself to get it wrong. We fucked up. You don't have to be confident to do it. You don't. Because the confidence, that's the feeling again. And it's all about feelings for these motherfuckers. See, look, this is what gets to the root of the confidence. You're not addressing where you don't believe. You'd rather find a way to numb yourself to the fact that that's there and just suddenly rise above it. No! You gotta look that part of you in the eye that don't believe and listen to it. You gotta listen to it talk all the shit you spend so much time trying never have to hear. You gotta look it in the eye, look that Brandon in the eye, and listen to all the things it has to say. Like I said, bro, you don't listen to you. You'd rather avoid the things that don't feel good and tell me about the new higher self Kundalini meditation that's just gonna open you up. Niggas are dumb. Niggas are dumb and in denial. And it's the in denial part that's got you fucked up. Not even the fact that you're dumb. That can be worked on. You're in denial. I know you know, cuz you gotta run into it in the consoles. Yeah, it just come with it. Yeah, man. See, most of the time, like I said, people are in here for spirituality. Most of the time, they ain't what you need. But lucky for niggas, I'm the spirit shrink. I'm a psycho-spiritual consultant, so I deal with that precarious little position right between the two. Because if you dig into your psychology and you push far back enough, you're going to fall into your spirituality. All right? That's right. I can't make it any simpler. What is you? I'm pointing you in the direction. But it's like flatland. It's like flatland. It's like flatland. I'm showing you the direction, but you're so certain you already know everything in the world, you can't understand it. I'm going to have to show it real quick. I'm going to have to show it real quick now. I'm going to have to show it real quick. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with Flatland. I'm not going to show you the whole movie. I might do that if we have fucking groups one day. If I do some fucking groups one day, we'll have a movie night where I do that. Where did I put the Flatland shit? Come on, bro. Where did you put it? I know I clipped it. I just don't know where because you make a specific place. You say, oh, I'm going to remember it when I go back here. I don't remember it. I don't remember the special place I put it. Oh my God. Bro, I am a piece of shit. Y'all gotta understand it. Did I put it down here? Where did I put it? I'm such a piece of shit. I think I know where I put it. It's in the boot camp files. Cause I'm resetting a lot of some of the boot camp stuff anyway. And some of these videos are gonna be part of it. All right, here. I'm gonna do this. Cause this y'all niggas' problem. You think you can see enough. You think you can see, but you can't. Hold on.
I could tell with a glance how many people are to your right and to your left. And there's nothing easier than a glance.
What is this left and right?
And how could you see the line? The inside of anything?
Left, right? You must mean backward and forward.
No, not so.
Exhibit these directions to me.
I can't. I mean, unless you step out of your line altogether.
Out of my line?
Out of the world?
Out of space?
Well, yes. Out of.
If you've never seen this, it's called Flatland. It's required viewing in the boot camp. What's going on right now is this little creature here. Let me get my mouse. Is named A-Square. He's having a dream. Okay, he's a two-dimensional creature. He's having a dream, and he's going down to the one-dimensional world to have a discussion with one-dimensional creatures. Remember, he's a two-dimensional creature, and he's having a discussion with one-dimensional creatures, and they can't seem to comprehend his existence. Yes, Dawson, Flatland. Required viewing.
world and into the greater plane of 2 dimensions, where all is plane and you can move in 4 directions.
If you can't show this or describe this to me,
Then go away!
Hasn't it occurred to you that you could move in some other direction, towards which your side is facing?
What?
never.
What do you mean by side?
There is before and behind.
Nothing more.
Fine, let me show you. Here, I'm going to move into your world. Here I come. There. Can you see me now?
Yes?
But
You're only a point!
Well, to you I'm only a point, but in fact I moved into Line Land. Now, I'm going to continue to move, and from your perspective, I'm going to vanish. What did your majesty say now?
Charlatan!
tricks! Tricks!
Come back!
How did you do that?
I moved out of Line Land.
If
Convinced?
you had any sense, the smallest particle of...
You ask me to believe that there's another world? You say there's another motion besides forward and backward.
But when I ask you to show it, all you can do is babble and practice magic tricks.
You must be a madman or dimensionally deficient.
You 6-inch idiot! You think you're the perfection of existence, but in reality, you're the most imperfect. You say you know the world, but all you see is a point. You can't even see lines. Well, I can. In fact, I am a line of lines, a square. In my world, as superior as I am to you, in my world, I'm nothing compared to the greatest of polygons.
Enough!
I'll pierce you through.
This is the infinite conundrum of talking to people about spiritual stuff. Line land is like your physical existence. You only experience forward and backward. Backward because you're caught up in the past. Boy, don't stop. Don't start with me. Forward and backward. That's all you know. Linear time. That's all you know. And if a motherfucker that exists outside of linear time were to come into linear time to have a conversation with you, they'd appear just like one of these. He moves into line land. All they can see are points. All they know are points. He appears as a point. He's clearly not a point to us from our perspective. All they know is forward and backward. All they know is forward and backward, okay? But that's some Brandon level shit. Ugh. But look, that's the idea of yourself in the physical world. The idea of spirit has the same relationship. The relationship that line land has to flat land is like the relationship between the physical world and the non-physical world. And you want to talk about the primordial, that's space-time. Space world, excuse me. Yeah, if you've never seen Flatland, I would suggest go and watch it. You're going to have to watch it in the boot camp. I'll tell you that much. All right. That's a good one. Oh, I'm not even going to tell you about that shit. You can pause the video and look anyway. You're not going to understand. All right. So, we've gone through the basic elements of the framework, okay? What each of the words mean, why I have them where I have them, but what the fuck it is you're supposed to be doing, okay? You need to end the world and not of it. Get out of the Brandon for a moment, and this is where you start to uncover or even create the non-physical conception of self. As long as it's something that's not Brandon to begin with, boom. Boom. Well, it really feels kind of Brandonish. Okay, well, examine the places where it feels Brandonish, because maybe that's exactly the case. Maybe that's the case. See, this is what we get into in the fucking consultations. Because see, telling you the shit, I can do this all day. I can tell you the shit all day. You knowing how to do it, personally in your experience, something completely different. Aliens, Kundalini, back oil ain't gonna do it, bro. So yeah, we talked about the nature and the dynamic between them, okay? Now when it comes to actually giving out the self-deification courses, which I'm gonna set up in webinars, there are 4 angles to the diminished persona. So what we saw in these diagrams here is just one angle on the diminished persona. Okay, there's just one angle on it. There's 3 other angles from which you can look at this same conception of self. That's like the non-physical conception of self is the thing you're missing. And it's not about being that now I'm free and I just go. No, you need to go back and examine Brandon. Real shit. All the places you don't want to go are the places you need to go. All the places you don't want to go are the places you need to go. Stop asking me about the primordial. You're not even ready. Stop suggesting that you're doing something primordial. You're not even ready. You're not even ready. It's not an insult. It's not an insult. You're not even ready. I don't care how many times you say I'm a god. I don't care how many Anunnaki stories you got. What pseudoscience you got about DNA. You're not even ready. I get it. You further than Christians. Christians don't do this work. See, some folks are so inundated with their own fucking narrative, they can't even begin to imagine that they haven't started yet. Ain't even begun. Ain't even begun. You still playing Brandon and don't know nothing but it. Except saying, I'm God, I'm the supreme, I'm everything, while you contradict yourself and call this place a prison. Whatever, man. Like, if they're appearing as points, they really ain't points then in a different dimension. I remember I showed you the, you ain't been in boot camp in a minute, bro. You took the old one. Hey, you talking about, boy, you took the old one. Let me show you the picture. I know I have a diagram for that. And yo, keep this in mind too. You know, you're talking about the, nah, that's in the boot camp files. Why am I being a dick about this? I know that's in the boot camps. Okay, that's gonna be right here. Yeah, you're looking at a point and it can most certainly be a whole last line. Hell, nigga, you looking at a line, it can be a fucking point. Fuck you talking about, here we go, I'm about to pull it up right now. No, I don't want to look at it that way. Here we go. Boom. Listen. Look, they see a line. They see a point. Position B sees a point. Position A sees a line. The difference in their perspectives is an issue of dimension. They're not in a different place. The difference in their perspective is an issue of dimension. B is seeing a single dimension. B doesn't see any dimension, excuse me, because points don't have dimension, excuse me. B sees no dimension. A sees a single dimension. Okay? It's an issue of dimensionality. So even when you perceive a point, not only could it possibly really be a line, but this line could be the bottom of a square. You could flip the square up, and what you've been looking at the whole time is just the bottom of it. Matter of fact, the point you're looking at can really be a shape. Zoom the fuck out. See, you gotta get representation, symbolism. Motherfuckers are really looking for some objective thing out there because they're so convinced there's a here. And you need to learn the Anunnaki story so you can unlock your DNA with the spirulina veggie juice. Yeah, they're looking at the same thing, Elijah. Yes, they're looking at the same thing in the same place. But they're looking at it from different angles and in a different way than each other. That's the difference. Like, bro, that's why I be telling y'all, it could all be so simple. It really could. But there's so much of you that's bullshit. Like, bro, I'm the gardener and I've come to prune back the bush. And you sitting there with all them dead branches talking about, nah, what you mean? I don't need no pruning. That's just my fullness. No, most of them branches are dead. Most of them are dead, scraggly, they're holding you back. But you don't want to let them go because you can't really imagine yourself without them. Don't worry, let me come clip that back. Grow from there. I would say 80 to 90% of the things you say right now are cap. Not because you're intentionally trying to be malicious to the world and lie to yourself. No one does that. You settle for certain habits and practices that allow you to not just numb yourself, to contradict yourself. Okay? It's the bullshit, dude. It's your bullshit. And all of it is Brandon's shit. It's Brandon's shit. If you're going within, the first step you can take is going to be Cliff, right? That's what I'm saying. First of all, it's further than any of these other niggas because they don't know what they're talking about. But it's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, I want to be out here talking about metaphysics and making ontological frameworks. But I can't because niggas don't know English and they don't know English. They don't know because they're not even in the process or the practice of scrutinizing themselves. Because then once they find something to scrutinize, they don't actually analyze it. What do? Well, I was talking about it. Emotion. Instead of looking at why don't I know the things I should know, they just get mad at themselves and depressed for not already knowing these things, as opposed to going to find out. All emotion, no analysis. But you want to ask how to summon a demon under the new blue moon. What is you? Don't eat them. Don't eat them. Don't eat them. How long have I been on this shit, man? God damn. God damn. The non-physical conception itself is the first tool you're going to use. You don't have to create it. It's more on uncovering it. It's already there. You've been holding the controller the whole time. You need to let go of the idea of yourself as Brandon so that you can begin to grasp this. I'll give it to you. I've given it to you in seven different ways, all kind of different angles. It's the first step. There's some people I've worked with for years, and they still playing. They won't focus on this part. They won't focus on the shadow work because it don't tickle. And they want to tell me about the new hot spiritual spooky thing they've done, how they've taken the thing I gave them and bastardized it some new way so that I can be proud and validate them. And consistently, bruh, you're not doing this part. You're not doing this part. Okay, what about the Brandon level shit? Nah, man, I'm primordial. No, you're not. And it's not because I want to be mean. Even though I want to be mean, it's not because I want to be mean. It's because you don't want to have to look at the shit where you're wrong, where it don't feel good, because so much of this has been about feeling good. Because you got into spirituality because you don't feel good and you don't know why, and you think this is the solution. You fuck with spirit, you gonna feel worse. Like I said, that's why I say most niggas need to just go back to Jesus. That'll solve most of the things you think is a problem. I'm done with this shit today, bro. I'm good. I appreciate anyone who stuck around for the lesson. Yeah. Oh, this is the last thing I want to say. The Gilded. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be completely reconstructing it. Completely reconstructing. Like when I tell you niggas to destroy everything you think you know, that's how deeply I'm about to destroy everything on there and rebuild it. So anybody who's already received a role and become part of a citizen of the server, I'm keeping you. You're gonna stay on. You don't actually have to do anything. All right. But I will say, go ahead and get in now, because when I start giving out the good shit after I'm done with the show, only the people who've been around gonna get priority. Real shit. All the niggas that was sitting on the sideline, sitting in the shadow. Hey man, he say some cool shit, but I really hate him. Fuck you. No, bro, I got this other nigga, man. And he be trying to make it like I'm trying to be right. And he's like, no, don't project that on me. It's not that I'm trying to be right. You trying not to be wrong. You think you're going to get me to shut up because you tell me I'm right? It wasn't about whether or not I was right. It was about the fact that you were wrong. Yeah. Well, look at me like I'm the problem. Fuck you niggas, man. Oh, shit. Gerald Sonbright. Realizing spirituality ain't self-help hurts like crazy when you first realize it. Yeah, because then you have to contend with the fact that that's what you really wanted. Mm-hmm. Don't worry though. When I do this community thing, if I do this community thing, I'm gonna put a place where we're focusing on self-help. Okay, and because most niggas, what I'm saying, bro, most niggas ain't even trying to get to the spiritual shit. You not. You want the self-help, but you want it to be spooky and spirity. I get it. That ain't the answer, but I get why you want it, and you're not gonna stop till you get it. I understand. So it's gonna be part of the community, but it ain't the work. I won't even play you like it's the work. But I mean, there's a part of you that want me to play you a little bit. Just come on, perk my nipple, man. Just tell me it's gonna be okay. No, I don't want to. Just a little bit, man. I just need something. One day it's been so hard. If you only knew my journey, okay, God. Damn it. I don't want to perk y'all nipples. I wanted to get to the work. That's what I'm saying. Let's get to the work, bro. Let's get to the work. And any nigga who look at this, ready to give me the smoke, please give me the smoke. Please give me the smoke. At least we having a conversation. Fuck. All right, y'all. This has been wonderful, man. Thank you for letting me have my way with your Monday morning. You're going to have to get that comforter to the laundromat. I done have my way with your Monday morning. Ain't like you was going to do nothing with it anyway. Shit. All right. Y'all have a spectacular evening. Thank you for coming out. Y'all always know where to find me, man. This has been outstanding.